What's up, guys? What's going on? Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna make this window a tad bit smaller here. There we go. I'm gonna drag this down a bit. I'm going to go back to here, open up my channel, and pop out the chat. Oh. She got a message that I'm going live. What is going on here? My channel? There we go. All right. Oh man, we got 8 people in here already, and I don't have the chat pulled up yet. What's up, Finch? Sorry about earlier, man. I uploaded the wrong video and had to start over. So, what's up? Michael, MWR TV, what's going on, dude? Let me pop out the chat here. There we go. And pause that. Pull this up. Pull this up. We should be good to go here. That's going good, man. It's definitely going good. Sorry that took me a second to get all this set up here. I'm having a rough time clicking the mouse tonight. Doesn't want to do what my hand's telling it to do. So, there we go. Okay. Mike, what's going on? Cuts in and out. Shouldn't be cutting in and out, man. Should be just fine. That's probably on your end because it says I have a solid stream link right now. So, assume that's somewhat on your end. Like is smashed. Well, thank you. James Todd, what up? Jose, what's going on, man? James Todd said, what's up? Been away for a minute. Work consumed my life lately. You sound like me. Gabe, what's going on? All right, Mike said he's good now. You Goonie, what's up, dude? Bunch of people popping in. Don't forget to smash that like button if you can remember. The drone division, this West I-90. Thank you for everything. Mentioned you in my next video. I was considering flashing your logo. I have no problem with that. If you want to flash my logo, that is just fine. The only time I ever have a bit of an issue is when somebody takes my video and uses it without my permission. If you check with me ahead of time, it's not an issue. Ryan wants me to say, let her rip, tater chip. So there you go. Full send, baby. Full send. So I wanted to cover this because people keep asking me what's wrong. What you're not the same guy that I started watching a while ago. What's wrong? What's wrong with you, DW? Talk to me, man. You know? And I think the real answer is nothing. Nothing is wrong. I think I've grown a little wiser now that I've been doing this a lot longer. Kind of figured out the ins and outs of YouTube. I've been sabotaged a number of times by certain people who know who they are. And at some point, man, I think you just kind of have had enough. So you kind of get into this, like, leveling off point where you're happy to continue doing it, but at the same time, things still irritate you. So no, man, I'm good. I don't have a problem. I think the reality of it is I don't do things like everybody else does. I'm not here for viral growth. I'm not here to push DJI products. Anybody can do those things. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to do my own thing. I'm bringing what I have to offer to YouTube, and as frustrating as it seems for me to not grow like everybody else, I have to remember that I'm the one doing that to myself, and it's intentional, and I'm okay with that because I chose to follow my own set of rules. And by doing so, I will always get slower growth, but in the end, I'll still have my integrity and say I was honest about everything I ever did. So that's why. Is there anything wrong with me? Well, there's countless things wrong with me. I have a hernia, a lower inguinal hernia. I have bad knees. I am a wreck from past decisions that have put me where I am today, but I still work 2 jobs and do YouTube and make time for everybody. So for those of you that say I've become a totally different individual and I'm this and I'm that, and you've become so cynical, and I'm only cynical to certain people. Okay, I really am. Like, I don't care if people disagree with me. I really don't. But when you make things personal with me, I will return that favor tenfold. Okay, it has nothing to do with being cynical, but when you make things personal, I will make it personal right back with you. Don't ever second guess that. Okay, I'm very talented at what I do, and I can turn your world upside down very quickly. Okay, as a few people have found in the past here. So I don't want to be that guy. I never have, but if you bring it to my table in such a manner, I will dish it out just like you want it in the first place. So, with that being said, am I cynical? No. Am I happy doing this hobby still? Yes. If I wasn't happy, I wouldn't be doing it anymore. Am I always going to remain that honest, outgoing YouTuber who tries different things and does stuff that's out of the norm? Yes, that's what I enjoy doing. You know, that's what makes it fun for me, is to be that guy. I don't want to follow the normal routine of what everybody else does, because then I'm not bringing me to the channel, you know, and that's what it's all about. So be yourself, man. Do what makes you happy. Who cares what other people think? Just enjoy yourself on YouTube. That is what it is about. Okay, I don't care who thinks I'm a cynical dick or an asshole or whatever. You signed yourself up for the punishment that I gave you. If you don't like that, don't dip your hand in the cookie jar. Sometimes there's a monster in there. That's the truth, man. You know? So, anyways, I put out some fun videos today. Am I making content like I normally would? No. Am I doing things that I've been wanting to do? Yes. And that's why I said I'm kind of getting back to what I wanted to do rather than please everybody else. There's videos that I've been trying to make for a while, and that's kind of what I'm doing right now. There's been, I actually have one coming up that should hopefully get you guys thinking a little bit and make you think about Amazon and what's going down. So, you know, um, let me try to get some of these comments here. Amen. All right. True that, Brother Dan, preaching the word of God, man. No, man. All comes from the book of drone worship, bro. Trust me. Do what makes you happy. It is so simple. I enjoy doing this. That's why I continue doing it. If I didn't want to, no matter how gruffy I look, I would stop doing it. That's the truth. So, Greg, and that's why we watch you. I want you to suck up to one particular manufacturer. Yes, no, and I don't ever want to. I don't ever want to suck up to a manufacturer. I want options. Options are a good thing. I love having options. For real, bro. All right, I did see a question back here. Let me try to get to this. Do you have the Mavic Pro Platinum? I do not. Honestly, right now, guys, I think I covered this a couple times. I'm not buying any new drones. The Spark was kind of the new drone ending December so that I'd have some more relative content for the channel. But right now I'm saving up to buy a new car, which is something I've needed for the past 5 years. The vehicles I've had in the past 5 years have been totally unreliable, and I'm kind of done dealing with that. So hopefully coming in June, I'll have a fun video, but after that, then I'll actually be able to start looking at new drones hitting the market and stuff that I would like to get into. But I also want you to consider that I'm not trying to downgrade myself. Now, when I say downgrade, I'm actually referring to the fact that I see DJI as a downgrade, okay? Unless they're still producing the Phantom lineup, which I knew they were going to do away with, but I still think that there's a need for the Phantom lineup. Whether they want to admit that or not, I still think there's a need for larger drones. And I'm not talking about just as a commercial aspect. I'm talking about this from a hobby aspect as well. And hopefully my video tomorrow that I'm going to put up will help cover some of that and why I feel that way. Because I think if you really stop about and think about visual line of sight laws, then maybe this video will start making a bit more sense to you when I drop it on you. So no, Mike, I probably won't ever get the Xeno unless I get a really good deal on it. I think it's an overglorified 501S or 501SS. I really don't think it's anything spectacular. So, it's probably going to continue going down in price, honestly. I just don't see their sale value as being what they expected. They've had so many firmware problems, which has been that way for every Hubsan product they've ever produced. Nobody wants to be flying their drone and it just falls out of the sky. That is what Hubsan is known for, flyaways and fallouts. We call those tumble of death, and they're known for these two things. So I probably won't go for the Xeno. I would actually rather go for probably the Fimi X8 or SE or whatever it is. I think that is a viable option for me. I'm not sure I want to go to DJI because DJI has so many flight restrictions. I'm trying to get off the geofence birds because the Spark has let me down like 7 times now when I've wanted to fly certain places, and it's just outside of a fly zone or just such on the mark that it still doesn't let you take off. And I can't deal with that. It makes me want to just stomp the Spark into the dirt with 25 people watching me, and just walk away and leave it there, kicking and writhing and little props dangling, blowing in the wind. So I can't. I'm an open source person. I hate it when a drone tells me I can't do things. So Gabe, I'm definitely looking at the FIMI probably. Not sure I'm going to step it up to a DJI product because I don't see it as a step up. So, but I do find there is a necessity for larger drones. Whether people want to admit it or not, maybe the video tomorrow will make a bit more sense so that you can understand my perspective of why you still need them. So, Parrot is an awesome drone. Oh, Jose, I didn't get to see your message, man. I'm sorry. Don't forget, guys, if you just popped in, to smash that like button. It definitely helps my algorithm. And I'm trying to move forward. I just broke 9,000. Thank you to some very awesome people. Ghost Mafia did a support stream for me. It was super killer. I only had 50 subscribers to go, and they put me well over the mark. They gave me like 60 or 70 subs. Their fan base was absolutely fantastic. Came in and put me right over the 9,000 threshold. It was absolutely awesome. So big shout outs to Nations 13. You guys are just incredible people. So Dan, with all the respect, great show as always, great words, but wouldn't be great to all meet in person, have barbecue, talk, fly. Well, in Germany anyways. Yes, Alan, that would probably be a lot of fun, man. Yes, I'm not ever probably going to get rid of my Bebop one. I love the Bebop one. The Bebop one is a fantastic bird. I still have a few aerial platforms here, guys. I didn't get rid of all of them. I still have some fun stuff to play with. So the Hubsan 109S is gone. That is finally left this household. I still have the Wingsland S6. I've got some products, some toy products I still have to test for companies that I haven't even gotten to yet. This one's supposed to be surprising. I'm not sure that this is made by a company called LBLA, and it's a very small Wi-Fi bird, but it comes with a massive battery. Like, this is a fat 1S battery. And I got to tell you, it's probably going to give this thing a 15 to 17 minute flight time. And from what I hear, this thing actually gets surprisingly good range. Now, no GPS. It is toy grade. It's got brushed motors. It's gear driven. But I think this might be fun to hook a Wi-Fi extender to. Maybe amplify the antenna coming off the transmitter. Maybe stick a 3 dBi antenna out the top and see exactly how far we can push one of these little toy products. It's been a while since I've messed with a toy product on my channel, but I already want to modify the heck out of it, and I haven't even flown it yet. So that tells you where I'm going with that route. So please shoot a video stomping the Spark. If I ever do, trust me, I will set up my tripod and stomp that thing through the dirt. So it is what it is, man. I'm not against DJI. I just hate that they suck up to every rule that the FAA comes up with. It just takes the fun right out of the hobby, man. It really does. So let's see. Because of you and your videos, I bought a Bebop, and I used to hate the Bebop. For real, though, I think a lot of people didn't understand that the tech that was in the Bebop 1 and 2 is absolutely fantastic. It is way ahead of its time, man. It really was. In 2013, when they first started, no, it was actually 2012, 2013, when they first started releasing the R&D process and showing the drone off to the drone world. I don't think people really realized what they had. That stabilization is just incredible software. So I think I kind of hope all drones at some point go all strictly stabilized, firmware-based stuff, man. I'm kind of tired of these external camera connections, so I think it's time to move into full stabilized fixed camera footage, man. Unless you have a need for a camera to go outside, like the Parrot, where you can do bridge inspection, pole inspection, wire inspection, stuff like that. As a hobbyist, man, I don't feel the need to have an external camera. I would like a bubble view and then zoomed in on it in 1080, 4K, 2.7K, whatever you want to do, 720, and increase the resolution, man. You know, go from 14 megapixel to like 22 megapixel. So I don't know. Rick, good to have you. Grex, FPV or die. Greg used to be a big fan of GPS platform, and he has converted strictly over to these little race platforms like I got over there on the shelf. And it's fun. I enjoy FPV, but unfortunately, the market for FPV is just so minuscule compared to the GPS market. As someone who's really trying to brand their channel and push it, I can't aim towards FPV. Unfortunately, I can do it. I can have fun with it. I can enjoy all aspects of the hobby, but I'm not going to make a 100% switch over to FPV. Just won't happen. I love it. It's fun, but I can't do that. I'm sure you understand. I picked up a Karma drone for $4.99 with a Hero Black. I've had a unique Breeze, Bebop 1, and 3DR Solo, like the Karma. Yes, I think out of all of those, the 3DR Solo is probably the best one there. Not going to lie, especially if you decide to modify it. The Karma we never got the source coding for the Karma. The Karma was going to be the Solo 2 if GoPro ever released the code barracks for it, then it would have been the next open source platform available for all of us wonderful Arducopter guys to get our hands on and turn it into something beautiful. Instead, they decided to continue trying to sell it, even though it almost tanked their company, and not take any loss over it. Just take years to sell the drone. So it is what it is, man. We had a possibility to make it an open source platform, and they chose not to. So whatever. Thomas, what is going on, brother? I've been seeing you comment in here. Smash the like button. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing any of these. Drone Shots is in the house. I agree with that statement. Heck, favorite caliber. Thomas. How windy was your flight with the Spark at the beach video? Oh, when the beach video came out. It actually wasn't that bad. I have flown the Spark in 25-mile-an-hour winds. It did very good. However, it did deplete the battery life pretty quick trying to fight that wind. Oh, well, there goes my hobby grade transmitter. Face first, toggles down on the ground. I'm sure that was good for it. But yeah, no, it'll fight 25-mile-an-hour winds with very small fluctuations. It gets blown backwards a little bit, but then the GPS goes, okay, come on, let's stay here. But yeah, for the most part, it doesn't do too bad. I think maybe, if I had to guess, 5 to 7. I don't think it was over 8-mile-per-hour winds. So pretty bad. Pretty good, not pretty bad. Pretty good. It did all right. I'll say that. It definitely did all right. So no complaints there. And you guys have any questions, man? Anybody want to come on the panel? I can drop a link for you guys if you want to join me on the panel. If anybody's up for coming on here, ask your questions, hang out with DW, get a feel for things. Carpenter Rick in the house. I listen, I'm impressed by the Spark. I really am when it does its job. That's the truth behind it. And not on the Go 4 app, only on Litchi. I don't like it on the Go 4 app. There's too much latency lag, and it always wants to constantly save the video in the cache, and it's so annoying. And I've tried to turn off all those features, and they can't. You just can't do it. So I'm done with that. I'm not saying I can't turn off the geofencing for no-fly zones, but I'm not trying to do that. I still want to remain legal. I have drones that were grandfathered in without the no-fly zone geo restrictions. So if I want to fly like that, I'll get one of those beasts out and have some fun. So nobody wants to come on panel. I find that hard to believe. Gabe, yes, I believe that is accurate. Listen, the Evolve drone was offered to me for review, and I told them my stipulations, and I told them that I would only review it if they let me keep it. Okay? Personal reasons behind that. Obviously, as a YouTuber, we don't make much money, and I like to be able to keep these products and continue playing with them, not just do a review, get a couple subscribers out of it, a couple views, and then send it back. I like to continue playing with the platform, making more content for people. But I'm not going to pay a $2,500 price point for that drone. I'm sorry, I'm just not going to. So Billy Kyle got his hands on one. He has to send his back. Ken Dono got one. He also has to send his back. Captain Drone has to send his back. I think Dustin just got one. The team, Max and the team at Dynamics offered me a chance to review it, and I turned it down. Well, actually, I think they turned it down. I gave them my stipulations, and they turned it down. And they said, we don't have enough of these to do that with right now, maybe in the future. So I said, okay. Right now, man, good luck. Best of luck to you. And, what you need is somebody out there that's going to continue making videos with this and showing why it's valued at the price point that it is. And they chose not to. So there you go. So, I mean, the whole thing is people can get mad by me saying that, like I want to keep it. But at the same time, when you put as much time and effort into your channel as you do to get such a very small payout on it based on a couple of views and some subscribers, when you took the empire that you built yourself, the following that you've gained based on your abilities to pull in people and get the interest up, and you've done nothing but free advertisement for the company, and you get what out of it? What do you get? Now, do you see where I'm going? I choose not to play that game with the companies. I tell them how it is, and if they don't like it, kick rocks. I'm not here to be your pal. I'm not here to be your buddy. I'm here to sell a product for you if it's good. If it sucks, it sucks. That's the end of it. So that's how I roll. Truth. So yeah, $2,500. I think most people will probably gravitate towards the Inspire, and it's got a better camera, better features. It's just an all-around better platform. So Jim said, drone worship, you should be able to keep it. Well, that's not up to me, guys. I gave him my stipulations. I'll even show you. I'll show you what our last comment was. I don't know if you guys will be able to read this, but I've been talking to him for like 2 weeks now. And let's see here. Where's our conversation? There it is. X Dynamics. Yeah, they said, I understand your position, Daniel. Blah, 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 blah. You can pause that if you want to read it. Blah, blah, blah. And I said, excellent. They wish me a happy Easter. I said, I hope things work out for your company. I truly do. Billy, and Dustin are good guys. I'm not a big fan of Captain Drone myself, but I communicate with the other three pretty regularly, and they'll give your drone the opportunity it deserves. All the best and happy Easter. Thanks, Daniel, from the support, Max, and the Dynamics team. So there you go. I turned him down. I can do the review. I just don't want to unless there's something has to be in it for me. Dan, it's unfair to the content creators. That's how I feel. So. I honestly don't think it's worth $2,500. If I had to put a price tag on it, probably more around 16. The transmitter alone is worth $1,000, but you're telling me the rest of the drone is worth $1,500 on top of the $1,000 that the transmitter already costs? Come on, man. The camera itself is $600. Now, show me all the rest of the tech that adds up the rest of that. You can't, because it doesn't. You're overpricing your drone. You know it. I tried to explain that to it numerous times. I tried to explain that to them. They didn't want to hear what I had to say, so it is what it is. Hey, what's up, Dan? Just wanted to say you're 100% right about Litchi. Works way better than it does. I promise you. Anybody rocking the Spark, the Phantom 3, any of those Wi-Fi birds, Litchi is your best friend. Yes, it's $25. Totally worth it. Way better features, way more advanced waypoint missions. It's just better. It's better all around. So maybe 10 months ago, 8 months ago, it wasn't very stable for the Spark because they hadn't written in the firmware for it yet, but now it totally works 100% fine. I've had no issues. It's an absolutely stable platform, works great with Android. So Green Street Recycling, man, what's going on, bro? Anybody want to come on panel? Here's what we'll do. I'll go ahead and drop the link if anybody wants to join me, so I'm not just sitting here talking blasphemy into my microphone. You can join me. Come on in. Just be courteous, friendly, be cool. If it doesn't work for you and you click on it, just type your email address and I'll send you the link straight to your email. Oh, I have quit smoking now for officially 6 months. I smoked for 16 years. 6 months of no smoking. I passed a couple smokers the other day and it actually didn't like the smell, so I'm finally a non-smoker. I just vape now. It's actually kind of nice. Oh man, Ryan just chilling. What's up, brother?
How not much? How you doing?
I'm good, bro. I'm good, brother.
That's good.
How's it hanging, dude? Low into the flow?
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's
Let
all
him
gravy.
fit. For all you guys who don't know, this is Ryan. He's an FPV pilot. He also does what? Trucks? You do trucks, right? Friction vehicle
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, so Ryan kind of dabbles in a little bit of everything, except for what? Helicopters and fixed wings? Is that right?
I have a little bit of both. I have like helicopters and fixed wings too.
Okay, so you do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. No GPS platforms in your arsenal rack?
I do have one. I do have I have a
A
unique Q500.
Q500.
It's unique.
The
Yeah.
Klingon bird of the sky in the drone world.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Star Trek bird.
Right. Yeah, the big one. The big one.
Yo, Ghost Mafia, you're more than welcome to join, my friend. Ghost is a good dude. Ghost, come
Let her
on.
rip, Tater.
Yeah, let her rip, Tater
Tater
Chip.
chip. Full
Well,
send.
thank you, Rick. I'll always be here, man. I'm not going anywhere. I may get super frustrated sometimes, but I'm not going anywhere. I enjoy this too much.
Oh, jeez. I just got a full acro bird by MD95 TSI that I have not flown yet. That he wants me to try and do acro.
I gotta say,
Wizard.
oh, it's the Wizard. What is it? The X220?
I think. Yeah, I think it's the X220. I think it's one of them. It's one of the wizards.
I think that's the original Wizard, bro.
Yeah, the one he learned on.
Yeah. Okay. Mike Braun says, "How can you be so opinionated on Hubson when you don't fly him?" So
I don't have
yeah,
Hubson.
yeah. Ryan knows what's coming.
Yeah, I don't have a Hubson.
Ryan, yeah.
Yeah.
I think most people that have been watching me long enough understand my frustrations with that company. I'm maybe you're new to my channel, Mike. Mick. I keep saying Mike. I think it's Mick. Mick Brown. Sorry if I've been slaughtering that this whole time, but I'm here to collect my daily bum rubs. Yes. Give me one sec, JoJo. By the way, guys, check out JoJo Walker Unplugged. She's Nations 13. She and the group of Nation 13 people are super cool. They can definitely help you with some growth. They are awesome people, very supportive. They'll check out your content constantly. They'll be part of your life. They are active, and they love everyone, as long as you don't get crazy. So I have a Xeno Mavic Platinum and fun with both. Hey, Cardosa. So, Mick, to answer that question, you would have had to have known me 3 years ago.
Media.
You would have had to have known me probably a good 3 years ago. I know he doesn't understand the whole backstory. I understand, Lewis. Here, let's do this. Mick, why don't you look up a YouTube video called Drone Worship versus Hubson? And that will probably tell you everything you need to know. Once you're done doing that, you should probably look up Hubson Hitler video, and I think you'll have all of your information.
Yep, and then say, let her rip, Tater Chip. Full send.
Are you stuck on that now, man?
I guess, yeah. I mean, like
every time you fly now, you're stealing let her rip, Tater Chip. You go to the park now.
I just think it's I just think it's funny though. Nah.
Night Train said I just saw that you had this coming out of your closet video. I had to come
Oh yeah.
see. Oh, yes. Yes. That's funny. That's a good one. Michael, come in here, man. You're more than welcome. You got the link posted right above you,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, we'll see how I do finding this full acro bird. I mean, I don't know how good I'll be, but it'll be a beginner. I mean, if I'm any good at it. I don't know. I've never flown acro before a day in my life, so.
You've never flown acro? You have all these race birds and you've never flown acro?
Yep, that's precisely. Yep.
Are you serious,
Yep.
man?
I'm dead serious. I have never flown acro with a freaking race bird a day in my life. Ever since I've freaking started FPV, I've never flown acro a day in my life.
Okay. Mike, yes, you can help me come out of the closet, sir. All right, we'll start a whole South Park episode.
The only thing I flew like acro, well, aerobatics in is with an RC airplane.
Oh, okay.
That's
Well,
it.
you're in
That's
you're
it.
in for a whole new world, bro. I love flying acro. It is a lot of fun. I don't like the building aspect, but I like to fly acro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm as of right now, I'm stuck in like angle mode to where it's like very, very limited bank outs where you go like this, you can just you can bank, but you don't roll completely over. You can't you can't do dives. You can just land, go up and down just like a regular helicopter. But
Adam, the answer to that is Bebop 2 FPV kit. You can find a refurbished kit on eBay to get you started, man, for around $250. Totally worth it. Hands down, one of the best platforms to fly as a beginner. You won't be disappointed.
I tried doing acro with a whoop, but it didn't turn out so good.
No?
Sucked ass, pretty much. Yeah, I wrecked the whoop and broke. Like, yeah, okay.
Jojo, you still in here? Ghost, hold on. No. Oh, okay. Ghost is coming back. Excellent. Gabe says second. I think there's a lot of Bebop 2 owners in here. I've had 2 of them now, and I love both of them. I kept my red one, and we sold the white one, but definitely an amazing package. Sorry, I got to run, Dan. Have a good night. Thanks for all in the chat. Be safe. Thank you for stopping in there, Rick. Always awesome to have you on board, man. Rick has been super supportive, so he's been extremely, extremely cool. My entire time I've had my channel, Rick has been part of it.
This thing has no OSD, so I don't know what to do.
All right, Jojo is in the stream. Jojo, just watch your language, please. Be cool.
Oh, I'm not going to swear at all.
Okay.
I'm actually enjoying the conversation.
Ah, good. What do we have here? Dark Side Mazda. I have the Hubsan 501 SS. I've had it since Christmas.
Why is there a girl in his background? I mean, why is there a girl instead of a...
All right.
Why is what?
Wow.
Yeah. What's up?
All right.
Oh, so wait, hold on. Did he think I was a male?
Ryan, explain yourself.
No, but I don't know.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
That just happened.
Yeah. Hey.
That happens.
I thought it was a guy, but I was thinking.
Ryan.
Like, what?
Ryan made it awkward really quickly.
Well, I mean, I can get down if you don't want me up here.
I'm fine. You already know.
I'm feeling kind of hurt, Ryan. Just saying.
Sorry.
Apologize.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not offended. Don't worry.
Apologize and send $5 to my PayPal account, or never cease trolling activities will begin.
$5 already sent your way.
I now have a unique Mantis Q and gotta say it's fun. Now let me ask you a question, Dark Side Mazda. Does it have stabilization? I have yet to fly it. I've seen one fly at one of our drone meets. I never got to touch it. I know it's fast. I know it's supposed to be incredibly fast. It looked pretty quick to me. But I think it's 2-axis gimbal, but does it do what the Spark does? That same stabilized thing when it's not sport mode where it actually stabilizes for that extra axis? Anybody have experience with connecting a FrysGuy? That is not my department. That is MD95 TSI and the Drone Networks department. Check him out. He will be able to help you with that. I'm the basic transmitter setter-upper guyer. I prefer building stupid stuff or making it better.
Yeah, well, here's my acro bird right here in case anybody, I mean, I've never flown acro, but I'm gonna. I'm
Okay.
beginning, So.
MJX is awesome. I will second that. MJX is awesome. As far as Hubson goes, Hubson does some very shisty, questionable things, and they will never not earn a place in that hate department from me. They will always be there in the back of my mind, constantly wanting to take a flamethrower to the building. So, yes.
Does have stabilization, and heck yeah, super fast. The gimbal is a bit of a downer, but coming from Hubson, that bird totally rocks.
Hubson, I think it's unique. Isn't the Mantis Q from Unique? Oh, coming from, I get it. Haha. See, he gets it. He gets it. That makes sense now. Okay. Actually, believe it or not, the world's smallest flying DeLorean was actually built out of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that little car.
Was actually
Damn, was flying that thing.
built out of a MJX product. Yes, it does.
DeLorean.
Yes, it does fly, and this is built out of an MJX quad.
Looks like you fixed it.
I did fix it. I finally went ahead and fixed it.
88 miles an hour.
The only one of its
88 miles an
kind.
hour.
Go.
Yeah.
Yeah, if my calculations are correct, that thing gets up to 88 miles per hour. You're going to see some serious shit.
Yeah.
X-Written in Blood. Wow, dude, I haven't seen Blood in forever. Blood, how you doing, bro? Night Train. Should be able to start Velocitron and calibrated. Okay. Yeah, Mantis is unique. Yeah, Cardosa, I think I got a little confused, but I think he was saying he's coming off of Hubson products and went to Unique. I think that was what he was trying to get across. Captain Drone actually did a full-blown fantastic of the Mantis. I can't watch Captain Drone. I'm sorry. There's some people I just can't. I don't know.
So I have to ask, because I've never asked you this before. Out of all the drones that you own and all the ones that you have flown, which one's your favorite and why?
3DR Solo. Both of these are the same. Because there's no limitations. You can make it do whatever you want it to do, install whatever third party you want to. It'll never become obsolete as long as there's a team of people willing to push the future of the drone forward through firmware and parts and 3D printing and designs. The drone will never become obsolete to the market. It's been almost 5 years and it's still holding up with the big dogs. Not only can it run on the Hero 4 now, Hero 3 and 4, but now it can run on the Hero 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 with the original gimbal and full controls. So that means super stabilized footage with a gimbal. So I'm telling you right now, there's a reason why I won't give up on the 3DR Solo. It's just such a fantastic platform.
So what's the flight time on it?
Well, and that's what we're working on right now. We're trying to figure out if we can get more than 16 and a half minutes out of it. I've been working on that for around a year. The most I've ever gotten was just under 17 minutes. And that's a pretty rough flight time considering it's a 4-pound bird. So it's actually quite heavy. But man, is it the workhorse of the sky.
Hey, Blood.
So, yes, Blood is in here.
What's up, Blood?
Blood, I had to give you a break when all that crazy stuff was going down, my friend. I think I took a walk for a while. Walk on the dark side.
Roger.
Night Train has joined.
Yes, Night Train in the Heezy.
Okay,
so
Jojo.
What was that? Why is my camera not on?
Well, I mean, I can explain that. You see how her picture is like already kind of white? She had to take that picture before the camera just exploded and the lens blew out the front from her beauty. So unfortunately, if she turns on the camera, everybody's screen will just blow apart, you know?
And that picture was taken after a week at the tanning salon too, by the way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I'm so white in that photo that in real life I'm see-through.
Brian Dronon is in the chat.
Yeah,
Dronon, what's going on, buddy?
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I'm not turning my camera on.
He said, "I don't believe
Why?
you."
I just don't want to have it on. I
TX.
don't have my camera on literally good chunk of the time on my own streams. Actually, Ghost and Drone can tell you that.
She's entitled to do it, man. It's her channel. She can do what she wants, right?
Yep.
Okay.
He's like, I'm not letting this down until you show me your face. Oh, is that Brian in the background? I hear.
oh, of course.
So loud. Actually, Mike Night Train, you might be able to answer this dude's QS7
working.
controller.
Trying on it.
Have you read this?
Yeah, I'm trying to. That's the question you were reading earlier.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Trying to get him on Velocity.
Oh, now talking flight time. That's what the Mantis SN30. Yeah, I've heard that it gets crazy flight time. They mentioned almost close to 26 is more spot on.
Website there, Jim.
That doesn't sound accurate. Normally, when you hover, you actually expend more energy on GPS quads than if you're staying on a directional path. You're having to rely on more sensors and calculate data when you're sitting still. So normally it ends up burning the battery faster than just giving it a directional heading. So that would be very surprising to me if you saved a battery by hovering. I would have to see you know what? We would have to see a straight up video of that. You should probably put that video out. Keep a data log. Yes, Wraith 215. The guy actually built lion cells, lion packs.
Oh, dang.
And
you'll let me post in here, is it?
what's that? Oh, are you not a here? Let me make you a mod. You can post in a second. Give me 1 sec. Add moderator. Now you can post, bro.
Thank you. The link I'm posting is the main page for OpenTX, which is FRSky. And the other one that I'm going to post is the university page.
Yeah, so Wraith, I've actually seen, I've communicated with that guy, and believe it or not, the end is he spent almost $470 in batteries to make it do that. So I don't think most people are going to go out and buy $470 worth of Lion batteries to produce that flight time, especially when it's useless. He said that anytime he tried to punch it, it didn't have the amperage draw of a LiPo battery. So anytime he tried to give it more push or more any kind of thrust at all, it would crap out the entire system and basically shut it down, and it would fall out of the sky. So that idea ended up not being good, but it's a cool concept.
Those are the two main places for all the open source for the QX7, QX9, all that stuff.
Excuse me.
Did you read my last comment?
No, I know, man. I know. It's something special. I know their blood. I just had to take a break from all that. There was crazy stuff happening. I think you know. It's all good, man. Red Kryptonite in the building. E-Drone, the Wizard Slayer. What is up, E-Drone? E-Drone just came to visit me from Delaware. For those of you guys who don't know, he came all the way from Delaware to Tampa and had a fly session with me.
Oh, it's Eric. I met up with Eric.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, but you're also a lot closer.
You didn't break his wizard, did you?
I did not. I didn't crash either of his drones, man, and I hadn't flown acro in over a year.
Such a Slayer, then.
He's calling me the Slayer because I didn't crash.
FPV Slayer, maybe.
Look, I'm not a bad FPV pilot. I hate touching other people's equipment and thrashing it at all because it's not mine. You know what I'm saying?
Fluffy will hand me like a new quad and be like, "Oh man, this fly's so
yeah,
cool."
we said let her rip, take her chip full send.
I don't want to break your new crap, man.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, I can't replace this right now. I just want you to know.
No problem. If you need anything else, just hit my YouTube page or whatever. My email's posted there. in the about
Yeah,
section.
and he said, "Let her rip, tater chip bullshit."
God, I have got you stuck on this, dude. You know what? He
What?
likes that I do all this poetry stuff where I come up with my own little catchphrases and all my own little things. One day I was talking about having
Damn.
diarrhea, and I said, "Dude, I got a bad case of inner erosion corrosion explosion," and he goes, "What? That's amazing!" And then he started saying it everywhere. It's like,
Inner erosion corrosion explosion.
see, he steals all my quotes and then he goes around saying them to everybody. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Those are mine.
Yeah, I know, right there. They're dead. I can't be doing that.
Okay, yo, get the jumper ready, Dan. My Mobula 7 HD is on the way. Oh, all right. So, yes, that sounds good. I'm going to buy the T16 then. We're going to make that happen. I got you, bro. So, Night Train E-Drone is getting a Mobula 7 from Banggood, and he's going to send me his other Mobula 7. So now I got to get a stupid transmitter to work with the dumb thing, but we'll make it happen.
Nice.
I'm a Fly Sky guy myself.
Talk to you, Joan, and see what I need to do. I got some reviews on my channel for a few things and whatnot. I need to hook up with some band and get some of them whoops and stuff like that they're doing.
Well, this is the second drone he sent me, right? He sent me the King Kong Tiny 6, or was it the Happy model? It's King Kong, Tiny 6 King Kong, and that thing flies okay, but man, it's like powerless. It's more for indoor flying. It's really slow and whoops stumble all over the place. It's kind of
whoops are. It depends on the whoop. I mean, some of them can be good, some of them can be bad, but a gram means so much in the whoop world.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And props are everything. So it
Whoop whoop.
makes a difference with whoop.
Red Kryptonite said, "I will eat your booty out with a pooper scooper."
Oh, good Lord.
You know Red's in the chat, man, when he starts
What?
saying that kind of stuff.
Ew.
Jose.
Hot guy and a
Disgusting.
gimbal guards.
There seems actually Jose, he's a funny guy. He gets a little carried away, but we let him have some fun as long as he doesn't go overboard.
What do you mean he's a funny guy, huh?
Eh?
What is he, a clown? Does he amuse you?
Do I amuse you? Huh? I make you laugh?
Oh, yeah,
Why am I so-
TBS. I got some of them.
I made these ones, Ryan.
Who is the red-haired
they're
chick?
Flexible TPU.
That is JoJo Walker, and you guys, if you're not subscribed to
Wow,
her
they're awesome.
or Ghost Mafia, you should definitely do that. Make sure you sub up Ghost
Wow.
Mafia and JoJo Walker Unplugged. What?
What'd she say?
Who?
I don't know.
You'll have to check out her channel, definitely.
Are you talking about me when I say it?
Oh,
Yes.
no. Yeah.
Okay, I was like, I didn't say nothing. I was trying to avoid my son being in the background.
I hear him. Yeah. Okay. Does she fly? She does not fly, but at some point we are going to send her a drone. Unless somebody here wants to send her one of your drones to get her started. JoJo Walker.
Hey, I'm willing to do anything at least once. That sounded wrong, and that's all I'm gonna say on that.
She's like, I did a favor for a guy in the parking lot. Does anybody have a mouthwash?
Oh, you are so lucky that I like you.
I bet he gets that a lot.
Why does that name
man.
sound so like? That doesn't even sound like a drone. So
Who?
like the King Kong, it sounds so wrong. I'm sorry. If any of you knew who I was, you would understand why I'm like changing that subject.
Oh, this is true, Edron. We could send her the King Kong, but the problem is I can't send her the Fly Sky.
We don't have
It's funny you say that because King Kong was like like one of the ground pounder trucks and stuff like that back in the days too, wasn't it? Like the big beefy little RC car and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem like a drone name though, by any means.
Drone, every time you strip for me, my feelings get stronger. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
She needs the con.
Can you please explain to me what they're talking about, King Kong?
Yeah, it's just a little here. I'll just show it to you. Hold on a sec.
It's a tiny drone, too. That's the thing.
It is
It's
a
not
little
even
cute
big.
thing.
Tiny things don't do good with me. Honestly, size
Oh.
matters. I'm just saying.
Good thing I didn't swallow.
We're talking about.
Getting a little jealous of
It was silence.
Okay, so Brian's in the background, and he heard when I said size matters. He's like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
He's like, what time did you get on tonight?
Right?
Love you.
My husband's like,
I
"You're on a
found that
panel
too.
full of guys, and I hear size matters."
Okay. So
What's up, drone?
what's up, man? Let me see if I can. This is the King Kong
Oh, it's so cute.
Tiny 6. However, it's a full acro hobby grade micro race whoop. It does have
Oxymoron all the way, isn't it?
FPV. The problem is you need to have goggles to fly with it, and you would have to purchase a transmitter to make this work. So this probably isn't the best viable option to send to you.
King Kong, Tiny 6. King Kong and Tiny in the same name.
I know. I know.
She's got it right, though. What the hell were they thinking?
Right?
Hello, Proper. It's good to have you in here, brother. Oh, I love flying here.
Proper
Got plenty of
FPV.
footage from Christopher
Oh,
Columbus.
jeez,
Park.
Proper's in here. Great.
What's wrong with that?
Red Kryptonite, man.
Hey,
We need some FPV flight footage
Nothing
set
proper than
beats
this
made
guy.
up, man. I'm telling you
We-
what, I am having
Proper's
some
cool.
serious trouble finding copyright-free material that goes with flying.
it's like hacking on
Okay, well, that's not hard, so I'll tell you how to do it. Who was talking about that? Night Train. Who was asking about that?
I am.
Oh, you're talking about
I'm looking
music?
for video today, trying to find some copyright-free video or music that goes good with the flying that I can put with flow. It isn't like it's the same thing over and over and
Okay.
over for like 5-6 minutes.
So here's what you do, right? Are you, I don't know what you're, because I use DJ Quads, okay? It's the same guy that Casey Neistat uses, all right? All of his content is completely content, like it's copyright free. So he does about 2.5 to 3 minute songs, and then you change it up to another song, change it up. You know what I'm saying? Like you add a couple songs in there to change it up. You get where I'm going with this?
That's fine because you can mix some flow.
So, right. So if you actually download what's called YouTube Downloader, then you go to DJ Quad's official YouTube channel. You can download any one of his copyright-free songs.
All right, so YouTube Downloader was down for a while, so I quit using that stuff and started going to like sites, and I've been
It's-
using MU free music or whatever.
Yes, you can use MU free music.
And it's just getting the same repetitive thing with him. I'm like, oh man, we need some more new music out.
Yeah,
Hello, Walker family.
Walker family
That
in
was
here.
a good shameless plug towards Red Kryptonite's channel too, though.
Okay, we have a question here. Darkside Mazda says, "Big question. I love flying. Try to do it every weekend and sometimes during the week. With how hot it gets here in Arizona, I'm just grounded for the summer with how sensitive LiPo batteries are." Okay, well, Darkside, just consider this. Don't leave the battery in direct sunlight, and make sure to discharge it every 48 hours if you haven't already. And that's it. It's very easy.
No,
It's simple.
you don't discharge a lipo. You don't discharge a lipo. No, you don't discharge a lipo. Never.
Well, you do
Not all
discharge
the
your
way.
LiPo. Anytime you fly, you're discharging the battery.
The LiPo battery you discharge to a storage charge.
Right, to a storage charge. Or,
Is
You-
3.8 volts per cell.
right. Okay, I normally run down to 50 because that seems to be the happy median. Batteries last a really long time if you do that. But
Well,
if you're
Storage
flying,
recommended at 3.8.
so basically what we're saying is don't ever run the cells below 3.7 volts. An easy way to test that is to get yourself a LiPo tester and plug in. I have a bunch of them laying around, but they're really easy to get your hands on. But I guess where I'm going with this here, man, is they're actually just it's simple to take care of a LiPo battery. Don't puncture it. Don't stab it with anything. you know, and make sure it stays in storage status. No direct sunlight. That's it. There's like 4 things you really got to pay attention to with a LiPo, and that's it.
And as far as flying, most of your stuff has OSD.
Yep.
So just watch your minimum battery voltage per cell, this or that, because it's going to change depending on 3-cell, 4-cell, 2-cell, whatever, as far as what your low voltage is going to be.
Now, if it's a newer battery, you can actually deplete them a little past 3.7 because they recover. You'll get a little sag in it, but it will recover back up.
It all depends on the battery.
I agree with that. However, I've never really had
It depends on the battery.
If you fly them until they fall out of the sky, that's your own fault.
I've been running some Ovonics and Gold backpacks, and I've been running them on 1,300 miles. I've been pushing them to 11 to 1,200 mile easy.
Have you?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
But FTV,
That's what I have. I have
game,
Gold
you get
backs and
flying,
Ovonics.
you get hooked up, and you're like getting into flying, and you're like, oh wait, there's that battery bleeping at me.
Walker, I am good. Happy Easter, brother. Mike Braun, I have so many videos on Hubson stuff. I don't care about them. But my what? My shin flies? Okay. I tried, Mick. I did try. Mike got ahead of himself at that type. Or Mick. I keep calling him Mike, man. I'm so used to seeing. They should
Mike
never
or
have
Mick?
the like Mick. Yeah. McBraun.
That's why I don't even worry about the night train and my name on this, because there's so many Mikes in this. I mean, you start going by first name, like next thing you know, it's like Mike, and everybody's answering. I'm sure Chris is the same way. And
Yeah, there's a whole
quite
bunch of
names.
Chris's too.
Ryan's pretty popular too.
Try not to cry.
Oh yeah, there's Ryan, aka D's Nuts. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. How many people we got in here, man? This is, oh wow, we still got 20 people watching. That's incredible.
5 on the family.
We haven't chased him off yet.
No, I guess we have not. I'm surprised more people don't have questions though. I've been trying to pay attention here, but it doesn't seem like we're getting too many questions.
Boop, 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 boop.
So what are you flying now, Mike?
I'm flying a 5-inch Alien, 5-inch Ghost Mode 2. I've got 2 of those. And then I've got a Diablo 5-inch, and then a Martian 6-inch are my main ones.
Out of all of those, which one's your favorite?
My Alien's definitely my favorite, but it's a Kiss V2. It's like probably $700-800 rig.
Oh boy, yeah, that's the one. That's the one you don't want to be hitting gaps with, huh?
Oh, I'm hitting everything with it, though, dude. That's the one I beat up the most. It's Impulse RC frame, so it's pretty heavy durable. And I've seen a lot of videos and a lot of people beating them up, and mine's taking quite a bit of abuse. But
Interesting.
the frame itself is actually a year old. And I smacked pole at 60 mile an hour straight head on, smashed the GoPro, all that stuff with it. Yeah, it's still flying. Same components.
Yeah. We have a question. What do you think about the Maverick drones? Well, I think that if they ever did actually produce Top Gun Maverick drones, I might be impressed. But I assume you're actually talking about Mavic drones from DJI. So
Get to 2.
they're yeah.
Not the 1.
I have my own thoughts on DJI. Are their birds good? Yes, I think they're good. Are they too restrictive with their firmware and everything? Yes, I think they are controlling the living heck out of your abilities when you own a DJI product. So that's when we got a divorce.
But that's going to be in everything that's coming out now too, though. I think
that's why I never got rid of
the drone platforms, regardless of DJI or whatever platform it's going to be. If it's going to be a top grade video type platform with DPS, it's going to come out with that type of controlling coming out.
Okay.
The reason it's going to do it because they're doing it.
Alan, here's a quick way to answer that question. He says, "What do you think is more reliable in your opinion, the Bebop 2 or the Anafi?" I will say that the Bebop 2 has more range than the Anafi, hands down. but the Anafi is going to produce way better film abilities. Honestly, you shouldn't be flying more than a mile anyways. So I would say that they're both going to be, fun. They're both going to be fun birds to own. I think you'll probably get more out of the Anafi. If you're wanting to modify, then Bebop 2 is probably your route. If you're trying to have some fun and make it do things it shouldn't be able to do, then I would go with the Bebop 2.
Dark side, I suppose the knockoff would be the Iceman drone then, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they got the Mavic and the Goose.
Yeah. Yo, Val Kilmer, man, that is sad what's happening with him.
I'm so behind.
All right, well, we'll catch up in a second. Mick wants to know about Bugs 3 Mini. Is it any good? I think when it first came out, I want to say I don't think they've changed it. The camera angle or the camera FPV, like the field of view that you got from it, apparently was pretty crummy, and it had its own weird version of acro. I think is that right? They haven't changed that at all, have they? It's still like some kind of funky floating sensation of acro.
It's a different type of acro. It's not FPV.
So I don't know, man.
It's not a true video transmission like your FPV is.
Right. I think everybody that flew it said they felt
some kind of lag, which means it's going to get floaty anyway.
Right. It's going to have that floaty sensation.
Yes.
So
until they get totally digital, until they get it cleaned out, the problem with digital and cleaning it up the way that they want to, it's such a big platform that they're trying to compress.
Right.
To be able to make it clean. They've tried several different types of goggles and whatnot in the FPV industry that they've tried to go digital instead of the CCD, and it's just not capable enough. It's not reliable enough. It gets too break up and this and that. And yeah, you're working on it though.
So we're gonna let Ghost do one of his ghosty spiels here in his special God voice. Give shout outs to whoever you want to right now, Ghost. We're gonna put you on the spot. Give a shout out to everybody on panel if you want to.
Let's see who else in the chat. Let me back up the chat a little bit. We've got Robert Glasner, Walker family, Dark Side Mazzella, Mick Brand, Red Kryptonite still in the house. Let's see. Jim Creenan? Is that right? Yeah.
Creenan.
Okay. Cordoso Media. Put me on the spot. E-Drone's in the house. Looks like I've covered a lot of people. Dark Side, Mozart.
I know you were upset with Daddy today.
That's Brian in the background over there.
Yeah, he's over here talking to the dog.
Let's see. Yeah. Buzzard FPV or Blizzard. I'm sorry.
and if you would, for me, Ghost, please put on your devil voice and say "Let her rip, tater chip."
Okay, let's see.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
There you go.
That's what I'm talking about.
Money's saying let her eat Bartle Skeet.
Let her eat Bartle Skeet. I like that. Bartle Skeet.
This channel.
Yes, Cletus.
Too. And it's the
Cletus McFarland YouTube channel.
Cletus McFarland.
I actually know the guy. I've taken drone footage. Yep. I've taken drone footage for Cletus and Victor and all those guys. They live here in the Tampa area. They're extremely fun to hang out with. They hold Cletus.
If on your way, we're gonna have to go hang out with Cletus.
I'm down if you want to. We can get a hold of Cletus. He's not hard to. We can go right to his shop. He doesn't like it, but we can go to his shop.
I'm following the Ruby build, man.
Yes, dude.
3 motors and all.
That's where I got let her rip tater chip from, man.
Yeah,
he started saying
it. Let her eat Bartle Skeet.
That's it. Bartle Skeet, for those of you that are confused, is Mountain Dew in their world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Straight up Mountain Dew. It doesn't matter if it's none of it. Any Mountain Dew. Straight up.
Dude, he pours it in his gas tank before they go
He
out
pours it
racing.
in his blowout for
Yeah,
his
the
blower and
the
everything.
intercooler and the blow off valve. Yeah,
Put
dude.
it up on the darn on the tester or whatever. Throw it in there, fire it up. Wow, watch it blow.
Dude, Ruby's been through a lot of engines at this point, man. But I mean, it's junkyard builds, so
Yeah, it
you
was
know.
a $10,000 junkyard Corvette C6, and they got it out of that like some auction block.
Yeah.
Turned around, put it on to the race line, just threw it into like I think they almost did like a eight and a half, something like that. And then turned around, blew the motor, put a second one in there, got it down to just under 8.
And they blew the oil
blew the
pressure out of it.
motor. And now they're on their third motor, and they're putting little upgrades here and there and this and that. By the time it's done, it's got full roll cage put into it and everything. Yeah, it's
So for those of you guys who don't know, Cletus McFarland YouTube channel started off about 2 years ago. He was a very small channel. He bought a used Corvette, and he actually pulled it completely down and made it naked. Then they called it Leroy the Savage. And then Texas Speed Performance actually got involved, and they started sending him stuff. And I'll tell you what, Cletus is the only guy I've ever seen bang gears in 7-second runs in a Corvette, banging gears all the way down. Bro, it is absolute insanity to watch these guys bang gears in that Corvette.
Yeah, and it's still running. They've upgraded Leroy here and there. They've got a Dale Earnhardt race truck that they've
do it for Dale, baby.
Upgraded the motor on too.
And they have a really funny video where they went to pick up a Christmas tree and drag it down the road with Leroy after they put twin turbos on him. You remember that?
Yeah.
That was the most fun video I've ever seen. Can you imagine a cop pulling you over while ripping down the road in a 7-second Corvette twin turbo with a Christmas tree towing behind it?
I almost watch his channel more faithfully than some of the FPV stuff that I watch.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Even though he puts out like
turn the camera on for you.
3-minute video at a time, I'll still watch.
The whole thing. I know. Yeah, he's good. If you ever come down here, man, I'll introduce you guys. He's fun. Him and Victor both F&H Performance. They're pretty cool.
Now I kind of want to see these videos.
What's that?
The videos you were just talking about.
Oh, well, I was hired to do drone footage at one point for those guys.
Yeah, I want to see it.
No.
I can't wait to see you and Lou meet up and get some footage for Lou.
Lou Rock, yeah.
Go to some haunted locations, cemetery photos, or flyovers, or take a race drone and weave it in between the tombstones or something. That might be sick.
May have to call a better pilot in than me to do that. I'm okay. There are way better pilots here than me.
What?
Hey, Rebecca.
Yes, Rebecca, what's going on?
That's the channel for Cletus McFarland if you want to go check it out.
Yeah, he's a really fun channel. He is based here in the Tampa area. They go to Bradenton Motorsports all the time, all the raceways around here. They hold Cletus and cars if you're in the area. Very straightforward dudes.
Cars actually, like last week or week before or something like that. A couple weeks ago. They got a big burnout thing where they just
the burnout pit
down all kinds of stuff.
Neighbor catching on fire every time now from all that nasty horsepower under the hood. Dude, they took this. What is it? It's a Coyote engine, right? Isn't it the Coyote motor? The GT500 Super Snake Coyote motor. They slapped it under the hood and made the thing like 800 or 900 horsepower now, but it is just a savage.
They got some imports that they're playing with over there a little bit
horsepower.
too, with some of the other guys and whatnot.
Yeah.
Lots of
It's
stuff.
900 horsepower.
Not. Oh, you watch them too, Ryan?
Oh yeah, I saw it on Barrett Jackson auction when they auctioned it off when Carol Shelby was still alive, but it was a super snake, 900 horsepower.
I think the one they got only came stock at 770.
No, this is the actual super snake at 900 horsepower, and And Carol Shelby said that it was one of the fastest cars that he ever owned. I mean, his thing
No,
was-
it's a nasty car, but they shoved it in a police interceptor. It's dumb. It's absolutely stupid, bro. It's just ridiculous in a police interceptor. What do they call it? The clickbait? Neighbor, the clickbait? It's got
I don't know what they call it.
clickbait police written on the side of it.
I don't know.
Dan, I'm new to the channel on tube. I joined for the live chat on cell or has to be. No, you can join on the computer, brother.
I never
Here's the
heard-
link.
I ne-
Join us.
I never
Just
heard
Hangouts.
that before.
As
I
long as you
never
have
heard that
Hangouts
before, so-
installed on your Android device, you can join. Sorry, Ryan.
That's okay.
I know. RK's feeling the booty.
Isn't he always?
Yeah, man.
Booty.
What?
I don't know what Brian's talking
Well,
about.
we'll see if we get Alan in here real quick.
Booty.
Booty.
See, I hear
Oh,
it
he's
go.
not just bootying. He's hashtag bootying.
Hashtag booty.
Bow tie.
I hear it.
Yeah,
goes.
man. So I covered all my topics, guys. At this point, we're just kind of hanging out. So if anybody's in chat and you're getting bored, feel free to roll. Other than that, we're just going to chat for a while, have some fun. If you guys want to come in.
Subject, what kind of mic boom you got over the Ghost Mafia?
That's a BM 800 condenser microphone with a phantom power and a soundboard, so I can do all these neat little.
Yeah, what's the stand or the boom stand? Condenser stand?
Yeah, it's just a
beat up. I need a new one. I'm looking for a good one. That one looks like a nice
$11 boom off of Wish, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a
And I
nice.
just got all these little magnets, all these medallion coins and stuff on here. I don't know if you can see it, but
No, we got the chat box hiding it.
Hey, Rebecca, that does tend to happen with cheaper drones, man. It's rare that if you buy a decent drone, but I'm assuming that you bought kind of something in the $100 range, something like this. And these are easy to lose in wind. This thing, I can pick it up with 2 fingers if that tells you how light it is.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I was out flying this thing the other day just to see how it'd do in the wind, and the wind caught this thing and it just went. It was gone.
oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was picking it out of trees at the other end of the property.
That's the Spark or the Tele.
And one of those DJI Spark clones. It's a
Clone. Okay.
HJHRC.
HJRC. Yeah. They make a pretty good downgrade toy style of the main one as far as the
I mean, it has a
and
decent
everything
control.
looks
It
as
just
far as
keeps
the real one and whatnot. But when you're looking at toy get grade, it looked like it was brushed motors even.
Yeah. Yeah.
it is.
I don't know. Brian's the one that does the drones, and I'm not allowed to touch his drone. So
I did reviews for that.
And, I took Drone's advice and ordered a toy, and this thing was like $30 off of Wish.
It's good to learn.
And I'm learning the control and the ins and outs of it and things like that. And if I crash it, I'm not out $100. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And this
It's
thing
just-
is like
It's
really
just for
light.
learning curve. That's all that's for. Once you get through that, when you get a real drone, it'll be simple to fly.
I did reviews for those toy grade type companies. Like
Oh, it looks like a Pro Mark, or is that the Holy Stone?
this is the Holy Stone.
Yeah. Okay.
There's the battery for that drone.
The biggest thing of this right here is it is the brush.
Red
Well,
kryptonite.
with a brushless motor on this drone would be smooth and very good. I think the camera's low grade. I mean, but for $300, it's not bad. But yeah, everything's so brushless. It just
Why are you
doesn't
talking
have
about?
power?
Why are you talking about my booty, Red? Always
Red.
talking about my booty, bro.
yeah, Red that talks about your booty. Brian talks about your toe.
Yeah. Right. Oh, we're getting some quiet. Hold on. Found the hard way. Don't try to fly in a hotel room. Completely throws off the GPS. Three drones, same wall. Only took 3 times, but learned my lesson on that.
You
Mike
must
says,
be a man.
Wow.
nice FPV, guys. You have an awesome viewership.
It says don't try it indoors.
I can finally actually, if you really want a starter drone, man, to get yourself started, and you want to spend that $100 price point, get the Tello. Tello is extremely
I've heard good
stable.
things about the Tello.
It is a fantastic little platform. Even without GPS, it is incredibly stable thanks to the optical flow sensors built into the bottom of it. It's a great little drone. It runs on DJI software. So even though it's made by a company called Rise, the software that actually enhanced its abilities is produced by DJI. So it's actually fantastic. I think it has an Intel processor inside of it too, which is very good for a $100 price point. There you go. Jim just said it. Yeah, get the Tello. Mike. Mick. Every time I say Mike, I'm going to slap myself, okay? Deal? From now on, you're just trained tonight, okay?
The Philly Drone Life, Mike Halliver, me, or Rick Halliver. Well, there's a bunch of it anyway. There's a bunch of mics around. So we've started doing like Philly Drone Life. I'm calling him Philly Mike. He's calling me like Mike Train.
Mike Train.
Like, you know, like secondary names for the mics and stuff.
Tank, what's up, dude? Tank RC is all ground vehicles. I don't think he does too much other than ground vehicles, but the Tank has a massive.
He's got a Spark now.
Does he have a Spark now? Well, congratulations. What do we got here? Alan, not sure how to join. I'm at work. Maybe next time you can help me how to join. Thanks. Sounds good, Alan. We'll see what we can do for you.
Tank, I found one of your ground guys this weekend, man. I was out flying yesterday over there at a park, and some guy said, "You intrigued me." I had to come over and checked it out or whatever. He says, "I got some ground stuff and, you know, trucks and whatnot." He actually has a Tyrannus, or not a Tyrannus, a Turnigy 4-channel radio he's trying to get rid of for like $20-$30 or something like that. I directed him towards like Facebook Marketplace, FPV Marketplace, and stuff like that. But yeah, another ground guy getting converted. By the time he walked away, he said, "Honey, I'm getting a drone."
Jerry just joined in, man. Hey, if you guys forgot, man, please smash the like button. I think we've had quite a few people in here at this point, man.
You like that, Jerry?
We've managed to keep 20 people in here for quite a while now. We're coming up on 11. I don't remember when I started this, but I'm surprised we still have this number in here right now. So please, if you guys forgot, smash the like button. If you haven't subbed up to everybody on the panel, I'm going to give them a chance to say their channel name, starting with Ghost and moving towards JoJo in that way. So feel free to give it a go.
Your screen or our screen? Because I'm not sure what layout.
Oh, okay. Well,
this could
Ghost.
be confusing.
Let's do this. I'll just say them off, and then you can tell us about your channel. How about that? Deal?
Hey, that works.
Yeah.
All right, Ghost, you go first. Tell them about your channel.
Let's see. I do a little bit of everything, and I'm getting into the droning, DIYs, tutorials, ghost hunting. You know, we've got a show on Thursday nights called Every Voice Paranormal Stories, where we bring other paranormal research groups up onto the channel and kind of like highlight their channel, let them tell stories about things that they've done or experienced, things like that. And, you know, just hang out a lot of times. I do a lot of like fundraiser type stuff, helping out other channels, support streams, things like that, all kinds of stuff. Never know coming up next.
Yeah. JoJo's like my sister here. We're going to let JoJo take it away if she's listening. Her mic is off, but I assume she's listening.
I am listening.
Aha.
I am. Let's see. I do adult comedy, roasting. I'm not usually calm like this, so I'm usually very high intensity. I can be very vulgar and offensive.
Straightforward.
I do pranks. Oh yeah, straightforward is I'm not shy, not one bit. And I do some of the paranormal with Brian. I'm actually part of my husband's paranormal team, and I actually help out with Ghost and Brian's EVP show that Ghost was just talking about.
Yep.
I also do special occasions. I don't usually do support streams like Ghost does, but I do help out. Like if there's a special event going on, I will advertise. I'll fundraise. I do all kinds of things.
Okay. Mike, Night Train.
Well, I'm a FPV drone enthusiast, I guess. My channel is basically drones. I do a little bit of review of drone stuff and like that. 3D printing a little bit. Yeah, it's mostly flight. I'm getting into a little bit of airplanes. I do have some boating RC stuff. So yeah, that channel's growing and expanding a little bit, but most of it's FPV, out to build the community and help whoever I can. I'm part of the FPV noob crew, so that's our goal and aspect is to try to get as many people into the hobby as we can help. So,
Heck yeah. You think Ryan is still around? Mike, Mick. God damn it. Mick, thank you, brother. Awesome super chat, bro. Thank you. I don't know if Ryan's still around or if he fell asleep. He probably fell asleep by now.
He's probably checking in with mom and dad.
Truth. Let's move on to Red Kryptonite, the guy wearing the glasses from Pitch Black.
Orale.
Oh,
Well, basically, what I do on my channel is I do the whole gaming thing. Here sooner or later, I'm going to be streaming 2 times here on my channel, Red Kryptonite, and I will be streaming another 2 times on Twitch. I do the whole gaming thing, of course. I do make rap and hip hop music, and I do make audio for YouTube intros. I guess I have a good sense of humor. I guess I am a funny guy. Everybody knows me as the guy that pretty much likes booty, and do the whole gaming thing. I talk about certain topics on my channel. I bring people up on panel, which I am going to be doing here probably in the next 2 weeks. And that's pretty much, well, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So, yeah.
right on.
I forgot to mention something. Can I mention one more thing? As Drone mentioned when I came in, I am part of Nations 13. I'm one of the founders. So is Ghost and RK and Brian, which isn't up here.
Or new interactions. What? Our interactions.
Yeah.
No,
Yes,
Brian.
Nations 13 guys is extremely awesome. If you haven't had a chance to really feel YouTube family support, these guys are incredible. That's why I had them introduce themselves. So if you don't know them, actually, you guys should probably type in the chat. Walker family, thank you for posting my Instagram. I have not used that in forever. You just reminded me it's probably a good time to get on there and accept a bunch of people. But yeah, so hi, my name's Drone Worship. I'm addicted to drones. I've had this problem now for about 3 years. It's my drug of choice. I really enjoy what I do. It's great to get high on the hobby, and hopefully I overdose more often on this hobby. More.
What do you know about the fader drone?
Oh God, somebody just asked me about that the other day, and I went to look it up and never did. All right, what did you call it? The fader drone?
The fader drone. Yeah.
Let me see. What was it made by?
I don't know.
The man says he doesn't know.
And another thing that I wanted to throw out there is that I'm a big ball of sexy.
Oh,
Just saying.
yes. Yeah, you are a big ball of sex.
Hi to you. Oh.
See, again,
Orale.
nothing.
Just saying.
Had to
Okay.
throw that out there too.
Oh, interesting.
All about the green.
I would say it's a toy. Stay away from it.
It's free.
Oh, Well, I was gonna say it's $45 on eBay. Hey, Jim with a $5 super chat. You guys are awesome.
What do you call it?
It's the one that Marlboro is giving away for the Marlboro miles. So I was like,
Oh.
you know, might be
Thank
worth
you
it.
for being awesome there, Jim. Just wanted to
I
shout you
hear
out
they've
there, bro.
upgraded from Monster or from Marlboro Miles. Now they're going into Monster Energy tabs. That's the new thing.
I can't get the Philly drone life excited like he does. He gets extremely excited when he gets a super chat because I have people sleeping in other rooms. Otherwise, I do the Philly. You know, for those of you guys that don't watch Philly, he's dude, wow, oh my god, like I would do that. But
Did you see the live stream of him going out on the street the other night, dude?
Yeah, yes.
Oh my gosh, that's like the first time he's really gone out public, like lifetime.
You know, he's having fun, but I'm still kind of upset with him because I'm the one that told him how to stream. He swore up and down that nothing I told him would work, and I told him about DU screen recorder, and still have yet to get a thank you for that. And now he's making money, which is something he's never done before. That's what I'm saying, and he still hasn't said thank you to drone worship yet.
His live streams are pulling in. And he's got a good following right now.
He does. That's because he's very excited. He's like me when I first got started. You know, when I first got into this, I was like, "Oh my god, drones!" Oh, you know,
he's the life of Philly of droning. Period.
Yes.
If you guys haven't got Philly Drone Life on your channel, check him out. He does live streams of flying over Philadelphia, daytime, morning, evening, night, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, he's very animated.
Yeah,
he gets personal with the Philly people, like flying down in the rooftop restaurants and whatnot, hanging out with his drone and the whole stuff. Man, it's awesome. He's talking about getting some like speaker set up. He wants to get the new one with the speaker. What is it? The Mavic Enterprise. And get the speaker system on it. So when he goes up to the rooftop, he can actually, talk to the people.
I mean, all he has to do is put a walkie-talkie on it.
Well, they've got a speaker system, Mavic Enterprise already that just mounts right to the top. So he can broadcast from his radio to the speaker and everything. But
Drone, I got a question for you, brother.
Yeah, hit me.
Which drone do you think has the best camera? As far as, any other drone that you pretty much mostly reviewed?
Well, I mean, are you asking me personally that I have reviewed or that is out there?
That's mostly out there, yeah.
Okay, now see that's a really in-depth question with a lot of variables. And the reason why is because we could take this all the way up to $50, $70, $100, $200,000 drones for Hollywood shooting. You know what I'm saying? So that I think if you're looking at this from a basis of an average drone pilot that can afford, let's say, $5,000, then I would shoot for Inspire. Okay. That's, the Inspire 2 is probably about
here is coming out.
Well, yeah, but he's, as of right now, I would say that the Inspire 2, which is not affordable for everybody, but starting to touch the realm of kind of going way too high priced and not being overly priced yet, kind of middle, in the middle. So,
right.
What does that run at?
Oh God, man, it really depends on the package you buy. I've seen them upwards of 7,000.
Yep,
so,
$3-4 grand.
Yep.
Going for basic.
And I have another question to throw on top of that one. What is the most expensive drone that you've ever got your hands on out of your collection?
That I've ever had the ability to fly or that I've owned?
That you've owned.
That's not a hard question to answer. The 3DR Solo, even though I got it when it was coming down off of its high range point, it was a $2,300 drone at the time that it was released.
So do you think it's still worth the value it is today?
Now you're asking somebody who's an open source guy who believes in DIY aspect. Is it still worth it to me? Yes. Is it for everybody? No. Do I suggest anybody goes out and buys a 3DR Solo today? Unless you have some mad tinkering skills and you're willing to learn a lot that has happened over the past 4 or 5 years, I would say don't get a 3DR Solo.
And these
So-
are for the people that are just starting out, right?
Well, no, it's a very advanced platform. It really is. It has 2 onboard computers constantly calculating data. It runs on IMX6, RGCopter, APM board. It's a very advanced drone for what it is. I think people still underrate the Solo.
Didn't you?
Uh-huh.
He had to ask that question.
Yeah. It's all right. I won't go too much further, but I think people really don't understand. So yeah, like right here. I guess Mick was saying it sucked. Send it back. I think maybe when it first dropped, bro, it was pretty bad because they didn't know how to market it correctly, and then it got worse from there until it tanked, and there was no recovery for it. So
Which drone? Question mark.
Ghost drone. Yeah. So no.
Okay.
If you
So-
buy, and this is why I didn't send it to you, Ghost. Remember we were going to send it to you.
Mhm.
No, don't. You may as well just pull a gun out, put it to your head, and pull the trigger if you're flying a Ghost drone, because it is that unreliable that you are going to kill somebody with it, and you may as well just save yourself now. Eat Tide Pods, something.
Probably survive the Tide Pods better.
Don't just get rid of the thing, man. If you own one, both of them are
So-
unreliable.
Say out of that drone specifically that you were just talking about, say a part gets damaged, right? Is there any way you can get that particular part reassembled if something gets damaged off of that drone?
Are you talking about the 3DR Solo?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the answer to that is kind of. We have 3D printed a lot of stuff for it. There are a lot of crash solos that makes it really easy to buy them for, like $80, where you can just completely part them out and have a whole box full of parts waiting around for this thing. Because everybody knows that the batteries are basically gone and it's become a DIY platform, everybody's avoiding it like the plague, which is great for us that understand it, want to have fun with it, and continue with it.
Mhm.
So, like I said, it's pretty readily available for me to get parts for. It's not a concern I have probably for the next 5 years at least.
Basically,
So
it's like a DIY drone from here
Right.
out.
It is. At this point, it's a DIY platform.
Right. So, like, a lot of people just use drones for parts, correct? And you can sell them, can you? Or
So be more
as far
specific.
as drone parts for
You have to have the demand in order to sell anything now. And there's no demand for it anymore because it's not being produced.
So imagine, and I see this all the time. Imagine if you were one of the original people that purchased the 3DR Solo in 2015. It was the world's first smart drone. It was a fantastic platform. They just didn't know how to market it. Nobody understood what it really was until it was too late. Now, if you take that into consideration, somebody who did end up buying the gimbal 6 months after the release of the Bird so they could have stabilized footage did decide to keep it, got the GoPro Hero 4, which at the time would have been a $500 or $600 camera. So first you had to spend $1,800 on the drone, then you had to pay $300 for the gimbal, and then you had to throw an extra $400 on top of that, or $500 to purchase the GoPro Hero 4 in 2015. Your price out the door was $2,200 to $2,300 for this drone. Okay, so yes, people were very upset that they bought a drone that they couldn't get a camera for until later on because the firmware wasn't ready for the gimbal. The gimbal couldn't be attached, or the camera couldn't be attached properly to the drone to take stabilized footage until 6 months after the release. It tanked. So, it's not. I forgot your original question.
Think about it.
I got
It
carried
really
away.
Stretched to put
pretty much the parts.
Well,
Or
okay.
are they worth anything if you were to take them off a brand new drone, right? Or a drone that's already been used?
No. The answer to that is no. There's no demand for it. People are selling the 3DR Solo now for $200 on eBay on fully set up with 5 batteries and ready to go on Marketplace for $350. So there's no market for that drone anymore.
Okay. So back then, they would you be able to pretty much like back then they would mostly sell the drones separately as far as like the program for it, the like
Well,
basically come separately. Well, would you have to like pretty much purchase like one part at a time, or would it just come in a a bundle? If that makes any sense.
Well, no, okay. So the 3DR Solo just came with a controller, the drone, no camera, and no gimbal. That's what it came with, and it was a $1,800 purchase right out the door.
See, that doesn't make sense. Why would they shoot themselves in the foot like that?
Okay, but at the time they were marketing it towards people that were getting into the aspect of basically action cameras.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like skiers, dirt bikers, race car drivers. They had a drone that was capable of following you in GPS at high rates of speed. I mean, like DJI is still not able to do a fraction of what the Solo can still do by today's standards. I mean, I've seen the Solo peak out at 92 miles per hour. I don't see Mavic products hitting anywhere near those speeds or capabilities. It was a
yes, that they're probably looking for that component type a sale. You know how like they do with the gas-powered RC cars and things like that. You buy the gas-powered RC car and you buy the controller separate. You want the high-end controller, huge controller, RC truck, gas-powered monster truck, whatever, or even the model planes. You buy the model planes and you're going to buy the controller separate than the actual plane.
Right.
So I have to imagine that's probably what it's going for was, a smaller, they throw in a controller, but it's not like the big dog that they're going to sell you, down the road.
I think that at the time that they released the 3DR Solo, everybody was getting into GoPro. And so they were marketing it towards people that already owned a GoPro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you didn't own a GoPro and you purchased the drone, then it was useless without this camera. You had to purchase this camera to make it work. You know what I mean? So I think their true marketing was more towards the sports, athletics, stuff like that. It didn't later on become a tool until they started applying like heavy autonomous features to it, like property surveying. Like it can run site scan. That's $12,000 software. I can apply $12,000 software to that and do what a surveying a company that does like.
That's what I was meaning by the component features. You know, like if you go out and buy a stripped down AR-15, then you start buying the individual furniture for the gun to make it your own. You put the foregrip on, then you put the eye sights and all that stuff on there, and it's your individualized piece of equipment.
That was the principle behind it, is that you make it what you want it to be. It's, a lot of people buy drones just because they want something that they can pull out of the box and immediately fly, and that's what DJI offers you. With the 3DR, you could build what you wanted. You know what I'm saying? Here's your platform. Now here's what you can do with it. You choose your parts, you choose your components, and you apply it to the drone, and then you can make it whatever you want it to be. That's why it still works well in the market today. That's why it's still around from 2015. There's drones now that just didn't even survive since 2015 because they became obsolete due to being proprietary-based sourcing. When you proprietary-based source something and you can't make alterations or changes to it, what happens? It dies off really quick. The next best thing comes out.
And I got two more questions, man. So basically, are there any more? Is there like any type of? So are there any type of? Mostly, are there any type of like drone competitions to like make drones stand out?
Well, that would be FPV. I think that's where FPV racing comes into play in freestyle.
Those type of race leagues that are out there, multi-GP, they're designed to race. They're not the freestyle so much, which freestyle is coming up because they had like Rampage last summer, which is based on a freestyle competition where it's just like the free flying and, doing the tricks and rolls and stuff. But most of your FPV is where you're based towards a generic, structure. DRL has probably captivated the most in the U.S. with the ESPN and whatnot. They're getting ready to come up on a new league. Captain Vanover is probably, or Hanover rather, is your top pilot in the U.S. right now, speed wise, and he's going to be racing for the first time on a structure that he's not based on. They DR1 or DRL is kind of unique in its way because they've got a drone that they won't release to the public. So you can't just like buy a DRL racer and fly it. You have to simulate this and that. It's got like plastic bodies and all kinds of stuff. So they're really customizing their own specific racer and trying to captivate on that and putting people from all around the world and different structures, whether it be from simulators to actually flying FPV like I do. I don't do a whole lot of simulator and whatnot, but the DRL is based on the simulator and put into that way. And then they throw a simulator person into a full blown course with the FPV goggles and a racer and say, here you go. You know what I mean? So they've kind of crossed a platform between the virtual world of gaming, which is such a big platform, and the FPV world, putting it into some kind of a race style and structuring it. But they've tried to keep it themselves, where there's a DR1 is like the European, and there's like a China league that's going, and there's different leagues all around. Multi-GP is your league that is your racers built up that build a track on your local park, fly on the weekends or wherever they can, and this and that, and trying to simulate tracks that are basic compared to the DRL type tracks. They're flying like Miami Field or this Bando paper mill or these epic structures or this or that. And DR1, they're flying castles, and so yeah, that's your.
I'd like to see. I'd like to see somebody come up with like a drone system that had like, you know how they have the laser gun, the laser tag. Okay, first hit pops off a piece of the molding or something. You know, second hit, another piece of the molding. Third hit, it lands the aircraft. Then you actually go out and dogfight against other pilots. That would be cool. That would be
we tried something like that with Drone Elation when we did that on my channel. I don't know if you remember that, Mike.
They had some drone wars too.
Yeah, we did drone wars and Drone Elation where we battled drones against each other, but we weren't trying to we weren't trying to like shoot each other with lasers. We were physically smashing these things into each other, flying, trying to pull each other out of the air. Like, it was crazy. I actually want to do another segment of that. So I think I may bring,
you know, I think it'd be neat to have the laser feature on there, or have a, have some kind of plug and play thing where you plug it into it and mount it to it and fly these drones, and it's like laser tag in the air. So you're actually having to try to position and put the other one with the laser, and after the third hit, the drone automatically lands itself. And then the round is over.
Who had a go at that? I'll tell you who had a go at that. That was Propel with the Star Wars drones. You remember?
I think so.
Propel was doing the laser tag. It wasn't working out very well though. Maybe you got to come up with a little more high end.
Came out with like a simulated type deal like that, where you had some type of laser tag where you could like chase each other and tag each other and knock each other down or whatever type deal or whatever.
So my last question,
and then the laser locks on, and then the drone does a flip and it's out of the lock. And, you're doing rolls and barrel rolls and all kinds of stuff with the drones. That'd be wicked to see.
It goes to the ground. PV footage would be great.
I was gonna say, I don't think you can see someone else's drone coming at you when you're flying 70 miles an hour at them.
Right?
It's right. It is quick. I have come up behind somebody flying, and we were flying like around the course or whatever, come up behind him and come up under them and actually lifted them like 2 feet in the air for my drone. It was like so instantaneous. You didn't even see it until you're like, dude, I got to watch the footage of that. That was cool.
Right. So basically, what my last question is, and this has to do with batteries. The moment that you get a drone, is the battery made by different companies?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's really rare that a battery would be in-house produced. Normally, these companies reach out to actual battery manufacturers to tell them the specifications of what they need, and then they design it for them.
And by my understanding, over in China, there are not a whole lot of companies that produce batteries, but the companies that do produce batteries produce under many different names.
Yeah, yeah.
Many different names.
For example, like Samsung or
well,
for example, I've got Pyro drone batteries. They're stamped logo Pyro drone. You buy them at Pyro FPV or whatever it is, Pyro Flip FPV. They say Pyro drone right on the battery. The battery is actually produced by the company that produces the same battery as Tattoo, which are some of the better.
Tattoo is very good. Their cells are fantastic.
FPV, lipos, this and that.
That's who. Yeah, that's who made it.
These companies make a battery, and then another company says, "Hey, man, I want to put my logo on it." So they're like, "Well, okay, we'll sell you this," and it's some crap line because they're not going to sell their best of the line that they've incorporated all the time and money into. But basically, what they sell is all their bad or depleted or crap batteries that they've like gone through and said, "Oh, well, this didn't work out, but we produced so many of them. We'll sell you a bunch of these at a price." And they're getting rid of excess stock of old crap batteries. So depending on the company, when they're buying this or that, who they're buying, you're really, it's kind of a flip chip. You know what I mean?
Right.
Batteries, as far as lipos go, there's not a lot of companies. You're dealing with several companies, like a small handful of companies that are producing batteries for a large handful of companies. So a lot of batteries are going to be your old school or older technology battery that they've gone through and didn't work out so well, and they put a different logo on it necessarily.
All right, so somebody was saying that DJI is proprietary, and I found they're actually not. It depends on how far you want to go with this, okay? Because like me, I was also told that 3DR is proprietary. It's a smart battery. You can't mess with it. You turn it on, it gives you your battery readout, lets you know it's fully charged, you know, and it drains off under its own power. Now, this thing seems extremely hard to get into. This is a really hard glued together case. This would be considered a proprietary battery. Most people would consider this proprietary battery, okay? This is the 3DR solo battery. With about, I don't know, 30 seconds, I had the case apart. And then I ripped it down, and I realized there was a battery management system in there, which is the same thing that DJI offers. They have a battery management system inside their batteries. You can technically do this with DJI batteries as long as you understand what this board is doing and what it's supposed to push. And the easiest way to evaluate that is with a good battery, so you understand the amperage draw and the voltage of what would be considered high end and low end of the battery spectrum. Okay. Once you get this apart, you snip off this beautiful piece right here, which is the battery management system. And if I can get this apart here, you come up with one of these. What I've done is hooked an XT60 connector to it and a 4S balance port, because I know the Solo runs on 4S, which is 14.8 volts. It specifically states it on the bottom of the battery right there. It says 14.8 volts. So I know that this is a standard 4S battery at 5200 mAh. So if I was going to buy a battery and make this work how it's supposed to, what would I do? I would buy a 5200 mAh 4S LiPo battery. I would take my connections I put on there, and I would directly connect it to this, and guess what? This is now convinced it has a DJI battery and it's working properly. A quick calibration, run it to below 0 or fully charge this and then plug it in. It'll register what top voltage capacity is, and then it'll even out the percentage based on the voltage draw. So any drone, I think, can really be made to run on any battery pack as long as you meet the voltage specs and the amperage draw of what the battery is based on a discharge rating. So the original Solo battery was a 10C discharge. This battery is actually a 40C discharge or a 60C. This is going to drain faster but give you more power. You can actually play with this whole idea. There's a plethora of things you can do with batteries if you understand how they work.
Okay. On top of that, I got so many questions, man. Hey, man. I got so many questions. The best diagram, well, as far as the frame goes for the drones, what is the best frame that you've seen on a drone?
What is
like as far as like you know, like I say a diagram. Mostly they would show diagrams of a drone, right? What is the best diagram that you've seen on a drone, as far as, you know, seeing how the frame is, you know, of the drone, how it's made, you know?
Are we talking about race drones or are we talking about like aerial platform? There's two different types of classifications here.
Totally different
Yeah,
classifications.
they're totally different worlds. One is race drones, which are normally carbon fiber and all that fun jazz. And then you have, or fiberglass carbon fiber. And then you have normally your other drones are made of plastic, which is GPS because you're not supposed to be crashing GPS.
Yeah, I mean, hey, let's try the carbon fiber.
Okay, well, that would be a better question than for Mike to answer.
What was the question again? Because I just walked back in.
What is the best diagram of a drone that you've seen, as far as like the frame of a drone, how it's made, etc.?
I don't know that I could even answer that. I mean, there's so many builders out there. I mean, every other week there seems to be a new frame popping up. Different that. Oh, we've got this and we've done this to that. And as far as your main companies, even like Armatown's putting out a new frame every 4 or 5 months.
I think the best answer to that question would be like
changing
or what you want to do with the drone. You know, if you want to do a race drone, that's one category. If you want a workhorse drone that's going to hold a gimbal and carry a camera, that's another category. If you're just wanting something with a built-in camera, just leisurely, that's a whole different category.
Even FPVs.
So like mostly basically, long story short, is, you know, basically what build, you know, would pretty much, you know, last you a lifetime, you know, like you something that you can, you know, like
I don't think
that's basically what, hey man, I'm trying, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to know these things, like, you know, it's interesting. It's part of my French. Like this is some interesting shit.
Gonna need maintenance. Everything's gonna need repair.
Sure.
You're gonna crash even a DJI. You might crash into a light pole or a tree and drop it or this or that. FPV, you're always crashing. You're always rebuilding. If you're gonna get into FPV and you want to fly freestyle or racing, I recommend build your first one. You're going to need to learn how to build it. You're going to. If you get into it, you don't have any build experience, you're going to be like me, and you're going to be spending the first 2 months of your FPV experience learning how to build.
I'm finding
you're trying to fix the crap that you already bought that was already built for you. You know what I mean? Going, what did they do? What did they know already? You know what I mean? They had the knowledge. They had the know-how. They threw it together. It was easy for them, but for you to try to diagnose and figure it all out, it's going to take some time. For you to build your first one, you'll get a lot of experience building and whatnot.
This is
drone FPV wise. There's nothing that's going to stand up to what you're going to do to it. Nothing. I've got buddies that spend $100 Armaton Chameleon frames, and they break them. 5-minute flight. They break it. Fail safes. It comes down on concrete, smacks the front end, breaks the aluminum. Now you're waiting a week to 2 weeks minimum on replacement parts because they're warranted, but it takes time for shipping. This, that, the other thing, whatever you got, you know what I mean? So,
All right.
if FPV, you're definitely going to be rebuilt.
Let me address something in the comment section because I said platform earlier. I consider somebody's putting up the argument here, quads and drones, and I think realistically they're all platforms. And the reason I say that is because quads just stands for quad rotor. So I mean, this is a quad rotor, even though it has a camera, it's still a quad rotor. There's no, that's why I try to put it as a platform. One is GPS platform, one is raised platform. You see what I'm saying? Instead of trying to brand it as quad and drone, UAS and quadcopter, they're the same thing, you know. Right. So I look at it as a category of being a platform as opposed to being just a quad rotor or
but
a quad.
Even still, like he was saying, FPV has come so far that there's different platforms within the FPV as well. There's the boot platform in FPV. There's a 5-inch platform or your freestyle platform. There's a race platform. There's the cinematic whoops that are coming out, which is a 3-inch whoop like your mini whoops, but a 3-inch drone for cinematics. That's slow flow, able to carry your GoPro sessions and this and that, get your full footage. And so there's many platforms within that platform that are coming down too.
But so you can't, and this is why I said you can't look at it as being a quad rotor as specifying it as a category of quad, because you have tricopters. Now where does it fit in? It's still a race drone, but it's a tricopter.
GPS or FPV.
Right. Exactly. So instead of doing it that way, it's a platform.
What's the added advantage to, like, say, a 6-rotor copter
like a hexacopter?
Stabilization.
Can
So
I interrupt for a minute?
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you, but I've got to get off here.
That's all right.
I don't want to like interrupt the whole conversation.
Thank you for being awesome and popping in there, JoJo.
No problem. Thank you for having me. You having a good conversation.
Wow. Continue.
Where were we going? What just got asked?
Multi-rotor 6 quad.
Yeah. Okay. Biggest advantage. You ready? A motor can fail and it will still keep flying.
Gotcha.
If you lose a motor on a hexacopter, it will still fly. If you lose a motor on a quadcopter, it's going to fall to earth.
Yeah, even a even KISS system will fall to the earth if you're missing one motor. Now, if you get a damaged motor, damaged prop, certain platform or certain different capabilities with the FPV will still fly a little bit. And I hear they're working on that with some of the bigger drones now too, where if you have some fail safes with motors or ESCs that they're starting to work where they're able to use different things with the gyro and keep it up and whatnot, but it's still not.
I asked was I see a lot of these television shows that use the 6-rotor copters for like the LiDAR, laser imaging of the ground and things like that. And it's literally, they're built to be a workhorse. They can literally carry 15, 20 pounds of cargo. And, you know, but I figured there had to be some kind of advantage because all the ones that they use are usually 6-rotor systems.
Okay.
They're also using it for thrust factor with more motors too, so that they can carry heavier cameras.
So yeah, you also come into what we call CG now. Okay. And CG, so I don't care what drone you're flying, if you're flying a hexcopter or a quadcopter, CG has a bearing on everything. And if you're toting a 15-pound load attached to a rope at center mass on a drone and you lose it, even if it's a hexacopter, you're going to have to drop your load or you're crashing. It's not going to stay airborne with 5 motors.
Even with the 107, they make you study center of gravity, and load mass, and this and that. So
you also have to really understand what we call settling the power, or VRS. That is a big part of carrying a load capacity with anything, whether it's a helicopter or a drone. So,
yeah, I mean, I've seen some of these that actually have metal rotor blades on them. They're a foot wide, you know what I mean? Huge rigs, you know.
Blizzard, what's up, bro?
So this is pretty much my last question, and I'm gonna get out of your hair. Last question, man. So these are for the people that collect drones. Tell me, how, like, what's the budget on, people that,
brother.
like, what's the budget, man?
It never
You gotta
ends,
tell
bro.
me. You got to tell me how much. How much did you spend on drones, dude?
How much do you love the hobby?
I gotta know, how much did you spend?
My first drone was $40. Within 45 minutes of getting it home, putting the battery in, charging it up, I flew it inside. I took it outside. I watched it fly away. Went back to the store and spent another 80. I'm about 15 grand in probably in the last 2 years, brother. You won't get it back.
You know what I can do with 15 grand? Sure, I can get myself a brand new video gaming console.
It's the top limit of what you're gonna spend. It's how much you want to spend to get started.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just like gaming, man. It's the same thing. You get out of it what you put into it. If you want a really extremely incredible gaming experience, you spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know?
But
It's,
gaming PC with all the options and everything else. You know what I mean?
If you
It's
just
funny you say
want to
that
be
because, like, have 164 games.
If you want to get in, start slow, have a good experience, and still enjoy it, I recommend going down to Walmart, spending about $40, flying around inside your house with a little drone or whatever, getting the feel of it, getting the flow of it and whatnot. And if you still think you like it after that, then go think about what you want to do with it, and then decide what you want as far as what drone to buy.
Right. I mean,
So-
hey, it goes the same thing with gaming PCs, and
That's
it's
what I was
something
saying.
that
Same
something to
principle.
invest in. You know what I mean? Like,
You pay to play, bro. That's just how hobby stuff is. You pay to
Right.
play. You know, there's no avoiding it, dude. I don't care what anybody says. You pay to play.
yeah.
All right. Well, Joe, I'm going to go ahead and jump down off here. I was supposed to be doing something with Lou Rock. He just messaged me. He's getting ready to go live. I got to go.
Ooh.
Take off. Enjoy, Ghost Marvin.
All right, guys. I will catch
Thanks
you
for
guys.
stopping in, Ghost.
All right,
Same
brother.
here. Now I'm about to head out too, man.
All
It was
right.
nice chatting with you, Drone. Much love to everyone in the chat. Thank you, Drone, for having me up, man. Night Train, much love.
Right,
Ghost,
man.
talk to you later. Much love.
Everybody
Later,
have
later.
Hit me
Thanks.
up if you got any questions on FPV or anything there, Red.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah,
My
man.
emails-
I'm gonna have a lot more questions, man. The moment that I
my
catch Drone
emails
live
on my
again.
channel and whatnot, so you'll be able to link me through Facebook and all that way.
Yeah, man. Much love, guys. Much love. Keep it saucy. Keep it 100.
Yes, sir.
All
Let's
right.
see how many people we got in here. Oh, man, we still got 17 people watching. Man, oh, man. I can't shut this down.
Oh, dude. Where'd Ryan go?
Anybody? I kicked him out because he fell asleep. I heard him snoring.
Oh,
So yeah, I just dropped him out. I ejected him. All right, well, I'm gonna paste the link again here. If anybody wants to join us, I would assume out of 17 people, somebody wants to come in here.
yeah, Jerry.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jerry should join us.
Man, we'd like to hear some of the things you guys are doing down there at the school, man.
While we're doing this, I'm gonna give some shout outs here. Ghetto Tech. I have been trying to pay attention to the chat, guys. Lane Last, what's going on? I tried to get to your question, but we kept talking. You were talking about 55-pound weight limits and stuff, or 0.55 weight limits and registrations. He says, I fly GPS. Are most racers freestyles under 5.5? Actually, it's 0.55, and the answer to that is no. Most of your 5-inch quads are definitely not under that weight capacity. I will tell you that some 3-inchers probably could meet that, and you could still get some probably decent footage.
What are we talking?
What's that?
What are we talking weight wise?
0.55. He was asking if race drones had to be registered, and the answer to that is yes, if they break the weight characteristics, yes. So 0.55 pounds, what? That's 250 grams, yes?
Yes.
If it's over 250 grams. Yeah.
And I have a 3-inch full battery in flight is 211 grams.
Actually, Jerry, it works really well on your cell phone.
Other than my whoops. 5-inch quad, I have nothing that can touch a 250 gram limit. I think my lowest is in my Racer's 412, 413 or something like that, fully dressed with the battery.
Yep. Yeah, that's why I said it's really hard to get those 5 inchers under that weight line. It is, man. It's and we're talking like grams now. Do I need this screw? I don't think I need this screw.
Exactly.
Just
Yeah,
needed.
gram count when you're trying to push that. Same thing with whoops. Your whoops are so small.
Yeah.
Every gram counts. I mean, people are like, "Oh yeah, I want to put LEDs on my whoop." No, you don't. it looks pretty flying around, but no, you don't. Every gram counts.
Dude, I thought about drilling holes into my spark through all the plastics just so I could make it underweight.
Right.
Like I don't even care. Like it's
That's all
just
the way through.
yeah, dude, just tons of little punctured holes all the way around it.
Dynamics, we're gone.
Dude, who cares? You know.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, flying FPV wise, it doesn't matter a whole lot of difference freestyle wise with the weight. It throws a little bit more when you've got more weight, like my Alien,
Mm-hmm.
like almost 800 grams.
Yeah.
My Racer is like just over 450 or something like that. So throwing the Racer around FPV wise is a lot different, but it doesn't change the flight characteristics so much as far as overall.
No. I don't even know what mine is at. Hold on a sec. Let me grab my scale. I think I got some batteries in it. Give me a sec. Entertain him for a sec, Mike.
Okay, but you get to do the same for me when I go for a refill.
There you go. All right.
Yeah. The link isn't working for Jerry.
Link isn't working. Jerry, send me your email address. I'll send you a direct link right to your email address, brother, if you're comfortable with putting it here.
But what are you flying at size at 660 there, Tad? Or Trad? My bad. 660 grams? That's pretty light. That sounds like a race rig all the way. My race rig is a Ghost Mode 2. Here, I'll grab it real quick. Race rig's a Ghost Mode 2. 2500 kV motors. Betaflight F4 with a 1200 SpeedX D-Shot ESC. Catlix camera in it with the canopy. Running some Night Fury props on there right now. That's running just over like 450, I think it is. And my freestyle rig is my Alien. That's my main freestyle rig. That's running 800 with the GoPro and everything else on it.
Let's see here.
I'm running, but that's KISS V2, so the whole different
461 grams on my 5-incher.
A lot of difference between the two, though.
Yeah, it's heavy, man. It's got some weight to it.
It's like half the weight of one versus the other.
All right. Did he drop his email address?
As a Diablo frame. She's a little bit beefier on the arms and
oh boy,
she's a drop top design from Cyclone FPV.
It's
built here in the U.S. and Texas. All cut, designed, everything there in Texas.
Jerry, I did not. I got up to grab my quad, brother. Post it one more time real fast. I got you. Sorry. We're going to get him in here, man. It's going to happen.
Right. Yeah, he's doing some crazy stuff, working with the kids down there and working on a STEM program with them and everything, and lots of good stuff.
Copy. Got it. All right. You can delete it if you want to. Let me pull up my email address and I'll send it to you real fast.
All right. Well, I'm going to go get some ice and a pop.
Oh, yeah. I'll entertain him, bro. Don't you worry about that now. All right, Jerry, it's going to be coming from Hungry Dan's Got to Eat. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, I got something from Pop Voice, a microphone I just reviewed. Apparently, they just got back to me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's taking forever to load my Gmail right now. Things so slow. Come on. Come on. I can't see the chat, guys. I'm waiting for this stupid thing to load. Really? There we go. Paste. Link. Okay, now let's go back to here. Copy. Paste. Incoming link. Jerry. Link has been sent. We'll see you in a second, buddy. All right, let me get the chat back up here. Oh. Awesome name. All right, have a good evening. Sounds good, Walker. Big Motors. Good night, see what I see. FPV Freestyle. Got a tech. Haven't built the drone or 1 year. I don't know if I could still do it. Yeah, you better still do it. You better get it in, man. Let's see how long it takes Jerry to get in here. I love the cooking vids. Yes, I do cooking vids every now and then. All right, you're back. I'm going to go use the bathroom real quick. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
All right. Hopefully Jerry pops in a sec.
Hopefully Jerry makes it, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, so what's going on in chat next? Nothing. $660 grams with GoPro. No battery. Ooh.
There we go.
Hey, there's Jerry.
What's up?
We got you.
Mikey.
Yeah, you. It
Dan.
sounds like, so we don't have any feedback.
Oh. Talking through my ear headset, is that okay?
It's a little dim, but sounds pretty good.
Oh. I don't have it set up right now for doing any kind of live streaming or anything.
Well, it's better to start working on it now. Figure out what you got to do later, brother. I'll tell you what, there's a lot you can learn.
Yeah. Well, Dan's frozen. Why is that?
No, you're not frozen here so far.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, you're flowing streaming here.
I'm on with Mike. How come I'm not showing up with Dan yet? Oh, where'd you go?
Yeah, Dan's not showing up because he's like stepped away. We had your cam, we had you and everything. Now we got your video, your picture.
Okay. No. All right, hang on, dude. Yeah.
So back to the weight of quads. I watched an interview. Michael Rollins did an interview with Captain Vanover this week and posted it. I think it was yesterday or today. Might have been this morning, but Captain Vanover says it doesn't matter what size quad, weight, this or that. It's all in your lines, period, is what it's going to come down to. It doesn't, speed wise, Doesn't matter how heavy this or that. He flew quads that were 100, 150 grams heavier than some of the top racers, same packs, and was still whooping them and whatnot because of the lines. So, I mean,
No.
I don't know. I've never had a problem with the weight of it myself. Racing wise, I haven't done a whole lot of gate racing or anything. I've done a little bit, and I think with practice I could do all right. It's just a matter of getting the flow of the quad,
Yes,
practicing gates, the lineups, and
Talk to him about the sport.
transitions. But other than that, it wasn't bad.
Well, have fun.
Yeah, your audio's way down, dude.
Are you still there?
Yep, still here.
Dude, I don't know how to get into the stream like it's supposed to.
It's gonna be in the preset. I don't think settings of. Yeah, it's gonna be pre-set up before Hangouts for your audio. It's gonna be in your main audio settings.
Oh, we're having some audio problems on Jerry's end.
He's a little low.
I think it's Jerry problems on Jerry's end.
Let's see. I might be able to turn him
Jerry
up.
hasn't done much live streaming, if any. I think he's done like one or two.
Give me 1 sec. I may be able to just turn you up myself here.
Yeah,
All right.
I think I got to get out of the stream into the Hangout.
All right. I turned him up. Can you guys hear him a little better now? Let me know if that's too loud.
Go ahead and talk, Jerry.
I'm talking right now. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
That's a little better. A little
How
better.
about that? Is that any better?
Yeah, you're still a little muffled, but I mean, I've got you as high as you can go. So
Can you see me though? Because I don't have anything.
yeah, I can see you.
It's back and forth. I think your net's cutting out on the video part. I seen you for a second, and now we're back to your picture.
You know, you can always just turn your camera off to conserve your power consumption, man. It probably takes a lot of data trying to do it. Are you on Wi-Fi?
It's
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm at home.
Oh, that's really loud. Wow, that's nice.
Is that better?
food or something.
Do what?
I think he's using like a headphone
Is that what you have in, like a headset?
microphone on
Yeah,
it.
I've got the one I use for when I'm talking on the phone, my wireless.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got really loud for a second.
Yeah, he must have turned just the right way and got it.
Well, I was leaning over to pick up the power cord for my phone just so I wouldn't die on me. I'm at 71%. I should handle it pretty well.
Well, just bend down there to pick up your power cord the rest of the stream.
Like this? Is this okay?
Yeah, he says talk to the mic.
We'll deal with it.
Talking to the mic. How's that?
There you go.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's just the headset microphone that you're
It's
using.
just the headset. Yeah, the headset you're using is not very good.
Right. Yeah, that'll work, I guess.
It's tough to find one that is good too, though.
Yeah, it is. It's this one's really just I got it because I needed something for when I was working and stuff. I could just work like I paint, like you do, Mike. I do that as a side business.
Yeah.
So I paint, and I don't want to have to take calls with the paintbrush and a bucket in my hand.
If I'm painting, they ain't getting a call. That's what I got voicemail for.
Dude, I've got 4 kids. I've got 4 kids and a bunch of family that's always needing me for something. So
When I'm 10 foot up a ladder, holding a paintbrush in one hand and a cup bucket in another, I'm not reaching for my pocket, brother.
Well, that's what the headset's for. I just have to say hello.
No, I don't even bother. I ain't got time for that. I mean, to grab
That's
it,
cool.
shut it off, or push the button on the headset, or this or that. It's like, nah.
Yeah, I hear you.
If they can't leave a message and wait for me to get to lunch or a break or this or that, it ain't.
Yeah, I hear you. No doubt about that. Well, it's interesting. It's interesting because I've been watching
telemarketers anyway.
Yeah, I've been watching Dan. I've been watching you guys now for about a year, and I don't know.
Oh my God.
Never really thought I'd be involved in getting on your stream, but thanks for inviting me.
Hey, everybody's invited, man. I want everyone to grow, have an opportunity to talk to cool people.
Yeah. Well, I've learned a lot from watching you. I tell you that. It's a lot of good information coming out of there all the time.
I am not the norm. I don't follow the norm.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
I was telling the wife that earlier. I said, that drone worship got his stream going. It looks like I'm on there, this or that. I said, this is the one that comes into chat, and he's got always got some kind of comment or this or that. I said, we were talking about him having some gassy explosion at a park one time at a water fountain or whatever. And she's like, oh.
You know why though? Good night, Lane. Good to see you, buddy. I don't even, and this is why I don't go to the hub anymore. It's nothing against Roger, and it's nothing against Kim. I don't do Val anymore. I can't let.
Starting to burn bridges, it sounds.
What's that?
I've heard she's starting to burn some bridges.
Well, she's burned a number of bridges that I don't know are recoverable.
Some issues or something.
So I'm look. It's one thing to come on the internet, but to play mommy to a bunch of grown men and tell them what they can and can't do, I don't put up with that. I'm sorry. It's the worldwide internet, man. Welcome to the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like this is this
lonely and looking for friends, and thought she found the niche maybe. And I guess I don't care if she hears it, but to me it seems like she was going to get into FPV, and then she's like, "Oh, well, I'll just hang out."
Yeah.
You know?
Have you been to her channel? She has no drone content. She doesn't fly.
Yeah, it's all live feeds.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she does drone review or interviewers.
Mm-hmm.
People mostly.
She said drone sent to her and everything, and still hasn't put up any content from the stuff that's been sent to her.
Yes, some of it is. I think it's just any female in the drone community is going to be welcomed for the most part. So she found a place that, a lot of people are interested in having her on, no matter what, whether she does drones or not. Kind of like the drone people blogger Lloyd's not a drone person either, but he's on a lot of drone channels.
Me and Lloyd have had a few.
He's communicating, he's associating, and he's interested in some of the things that drones do. He's taking interest into it, and he's communicating that. And that's where he continues to thrive from it.
I get very irritated with misinformation, and I hear a lot of it during their shows, and when I try to correct somebody, it's like she's waiting for me to say something, and then when I do, she blasts me like, "Don't come in here and talk like that, and don't do this," and then she'll block me, and I'm like, What just happened?
Part of my thing is I'm an FPV and kind of like an FPV know-it-all over there. So what I say is probably golden compared to some of the other stuff.
That's what I try to get across. I'm like, look, I'm not telling you this for my health. I've already done this. Like, this is me helping you.
Yeah.
And I finally just had enough, man. That was the last. So anyways, there's a couple people. I even like Centroid Ariel, but I can't even get into that anymore because he's so sucked into the drone hub and all that craziness. And
a few of them are kind of getting that way. I mean, they won't even live stream if the Canadian drone hub's on. But the drone hub is on for 8 hours out of a 12-hour streaming day.
I have a job. I can't do those types of things.
I can't structure around them.
No.
So that's what I've tried to implement before is, hey, man, if you're going to do a live stream, it's about your channel. It's not about the channel you came from or anything else. If you cut in on them, that's great. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, whatever. They get to buy it. Sorry, you're not the only channel on YouTube.
There are so many channels. I think everybody forgets that. I listen.
The hardest thing to do is to figure out, you want to support everybody, but then when everybody's on at the same time, it's hard to do that.
Listen, I can't. I've told everybody mathematically it's impossible to support everybody. Yeah. Even if I had only been subscribed to 100 channels, and if every one of those channels every day put out a video and expect you to come through and watch it, it's mathematically impossible.
I've got 800 and some subscribers, 800 and almost 50 now.
Got 6,000.
For me to go through every day, if every one of those channels posted a video, for me to go through every day and watch a 3-minute video, add that up.
I know. That's what I said. It's mathematically impossible.
1,400 minutes a day.
Yeah.
That's too many. I don't have that time. I've got to work and I've got to do this and that. I've got to build my own channel. So I hit and miss and do the best I can. But there's no way I'm going to go to every channel.
So that's been my yeah.
Have subscribed to me. That's not counting the ones that I've subscribed to.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's, I'm probably twice that I've subscribed to.
Well, no, see, that's the thing is it's the same with me. Like I'm subscribed, like I subscribe to 6,000 people, but I have 9,000 people that subscribe to me. I can't watch 9,000 people's videos a day. You know what I'm saying? It's not possible. I watch when I can. If something pops up my feed and I have a chance, I mean, I work 2 jobs and YouTube. I barely sleep as it is. I earn these bags under my eyes. I promise you, I have. You know, and so go ahead, Mike.
Oh, I've been on the late nights with you. I know.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I'm up till 5, 6 in the morning before I finally pass out, and then I get up by 8 or 9, and my day starts all over again. You know,
Yeah.
so it is what it is. The only reason, like I said, I do this is because it's something I want to do. If I'm not having fun, I'll stop doing it. That's the reality of it.
Right.
You know, as long as I enjoy myself and I'm having fun, I'm going to continue doing it. You know, until it becomes an issue. So. It has its ups and downs. I take a break when I need to. Like even right now, yeah, I'm still on break. I'm doing this because I want to. There's a difference. I'm not catering to anybody. I'm running this stream because I want to, you know, not because I feel like I have to.
My alarm's going off in 6 hours. I'm still here.
See? Just like me.
I don't know. Since I got into drones, I used to do like video chat programs, hang out and just chat around the country, world, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Hang out with people, watch TV. Now I got into drones and it's become, okay, what's next? What's next? What's next? What can I learn? What can I see? What can I do? I got to work on this. I got to do this. I put out 2 videos this weekend. I got a third one edited on contemplate. This copyright thing has got me so down.
Well, I told you how to deal with that.
Well, I want to post videos, and I like posting videos with copyright music.
I do too. You know that I do that sometimes.
So I do that, and I do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm to the point, I'm almost 1,000 subscribers. I'm like, well, do I start working towards making sure that my videos are copyright free so that I have videos that are available when I hit 1,000 subscribers and try to go to monetize? Are they going to go through my videos and say, hey, you got copyright infringed videos, you're going to have to pull those?
Okay. I can help you with that. And this is what I tell everybody. My job is to entertain you. As an entertainer, that's what I do. My job is to make fun, enjoyable content. Not every video I put out requires me to do non-copyright content. If I think it may take off, I'll probably do non-copyright content. If I'm just putting out a video to entertain my followers, that's one thing. I'll use copyrighted music because let's face it, the best music is copyrighted music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But to keep yourself out of trouble, upload the video. If you can't use it, YouTube will say, sorry, you can't use this video. You won't get in trouble for it.
I've gone through the trouble of doing the video twice, one with copyright material.
I've done that. However, they now have
I can pull it and throw up another
Hold
one.
on, Mike. They actually have a thing now that you can look up on YouTube called Copyright Checker, YouTube Copyright Checker.
Yeah.
Just take the name of the song, drop it in there, and hit enter. If it's copyrighted, it'll tell you that you cannot use it, or it'll only allow you to use it in these countries, or you see what I'm saying?
See,
so
that's where my thing is now. Do I go ahead and put up the video with copyright material because it's a sunset flying video? Most of my videos are just flying. I mean, they're not going to really make me any money. You know what I mean? My channel's not like a review.
What they do though, sometimes is just have ads on your
or anything. So it's just flying. So
well,
it's basically sharing experience. So personally, I think it seems more enjoyable to put up the one with the copyright material than to put up the other one because it doesn't flow as much.
Right.
It's repetitive. It seems more boring. It won't get as many views either. and I'm not pushing for that copyright. So
So,
as far as monetization, like, so
it's funny, man. There's barely any people in here, so I'm just going to tell you what my plans are. There's 9 people watching at this point, and I get a laugh out of people that say stuff like, "Oh, you're only going to make 30 or 40 cents for the video, so why worry about whether you're making money? You need thousands of views to make any kind of real money."
they all add
And
up.
let me explain something to those people that don't get this. And my video in June will be a true nature of that, and I'm going to show you exactly why it does matter. Because I don't know if you guys understand.
Made 2 cents, but this one made 10. That's
Hold on.
This one made 30.
Trickle down economics has everything to do with YouTube. Okay? Just because I made 50 cents off the video means nothing, because I have 1,000 videos posted. If every day one of those videos is watched, all of those videos are watched, half of those videos are watched, that's $70 a day that I'm making.
Times 30 is
Times 30 days
$200 a month.
equals trickle down economics. In June, I'm going to buy a new car. Guess what? I didn't save money with my paycheck to buy that car. I'm using my YouTube earnings to purchase that new car.
And that was the whole thing with the monetization. Now, when I go into monetization with YouTube, because I'm at like 850, so I'm looking towards monetization 1,000. I know I got to get my watch minutes up, which I plan on doing some live streaming. I want to do like some kind of like, I'm thinking like a whistle stop is what I'm looking at calling it, and doing basically like a Hangouts type thing like this. You know what I mean? Talk FPV, blah blah. Put out some channels, try to build some things or whatever. Try not to do too much building as far as channel building. You know what I mean? More towards the talk and see if that can get the watch minutes up. But even with the monetization, it has other things. At 1,000, you get the super chat ability. So even the people that don't follow your channel subscribe and go to the about section, find your PayPal or this or that or the other thing. You know what I mean? It adds to certain things. So, but the monetization part with the video, am I going to have to like pull those videos or?
So no, the answer is no. If Mike, if you've already uploaded them, they've already been picked up as a copyright. It doesn't matter.
But I can put those unlisted.
No. You're not listening to what I'm saying. If you uploaded them to YouTube, when you uploaded it, regardless of being monetized or not monetized, YouTube still checked it for music. Okay? It doesn't matter. And if it is copyrighted music, they're not going to send you a message because they don't care. You're not making money. They don't care right now that whether you get a message or not. What they do is they alert the copyright content holder that you're using their music, and any money that video makes is going
flagged ones that are based on copyright. As long as it doesn't say it's not published in any other country, blah blah blah, and a big flag type thing, I've left it.
Once you've become a verified partner of YouTube, anytime you upload copyright content, they send you a notice. They say, hey, just so you're aware, you can't make any money off this video. We're sending all of the proceeds from this video. What's that?
I get that already.
Yeah, so that's nothing. It's not.
It sends me an email. It says there's copyright material, so you're not going to get any of the monetary.
It's not a copyright strike though. People think that's a copyright strike. It's not a copyright strike.
It's not a monetary flag.
Yeah, they're not hitting you with anything. They're just letting you know you use copyright content that is okay to use, but you're not going to make any money.
Yeah, I was just more concerned about what they do when they monetize, as far as going through your channel and say, hey, if you want to monetize, you're going to have to pull this video, that I wasn't sure because of that being like a copyright flag versus a copyright strike.
A strike is easy to earn, and I'm going to tell you the fastest way to earn a copyright strike. It's live streaming while playing music in the background. The The reason why is because you shared music that wasn't legally allowed to be shared to a group of people on a live stream that weren't supposed to hear it in the first place because it was copyrighted in other countries, because it was this, because it was that. That's the easiest way to get yourself a copyright strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just more worried about them saying, "Oh, you don't have enough content, this or that." And by the time that I pull videos because they had copyright flags or this or that for the music, that I wasn't going to have enough content to be able to push up to be able to, you know what I mean? It'd be
Lane
stipulations. I was just checking things.
Lane Lass says, light bulb. Money is nothing. It all works. Who cares? You know what though?
To get to 1,000 so that I can live stream whenever I want.
Yeah.
And have the capabilities of the super chat, because super chat helps promote the channel, helps build the channel. People will be able to, even if they take 30% of it, sucks to the people that are donating the money because they lost out, but it's still money to me to be able to build my channel and try to help my channel grow that I don't currently have availability provide.
You ever wonder why I don't show labels on my channel unless it's Corona? Yep. You notice I have a Dasani in my hand, but I'm not showing you the label. You can get a copyright strike.
Yeah. Lots of things.
There's likeness rights that you can be nailed for showing that kind of stuff. It's crazy. So even though I have Star Wars posters back here, you'll notice I'm not showing anything that's actually not blurry. If it's blurry, you can't read it. It's fine. If you can read it, we have a problem on our hands. So
why not Corona though? Except for Corona.
Because I think Mike will understand this. Mike will understand this. Bartle Skeet. Do you understand where I'm going with this, Mike?
Yeah.
If I wanted a channel or a company to sponsor me, I want it to be Corona.
I see.
So I drink Corona on my channel. I sport it. I talk about it. I show it off. I pop the top. I drop the lime in there.
Yeah. You're hoping if they sponsor you.
I'm hoping that I get a Corona sponsorship at some point.
I hope it helps you out, brother.
There you go.
There you go. You know, I've been thinking about the live streaming only for the fact that I'd like to build a following for the students, the drone interest group, and be able to build some funds through that. Because right now, I put out these links, you know, to show people that we're looking for support, but it doesn't really get anywhere. I mean, you don't get much out of it.
It's hard to build a channel now.
Mm-hmm.
It's extremely hard to get a YouTube channel to take off now. Maybe when I started 3 years ago, I think I jumped in at the tail end of growth. It's really hard for you guys to grow now. I feel bad for all you channels that started in the past year or 2 years ago or just now started putting time into your channel, because your growth is going to be really hard.
Yeah,
it just is.
Channels out there.
I'm finding that out.
Yeah. Let me answer this. Mick says, if money is the driver, it fails. It's not that money drives my channel. But think about it from my perspective.
Do it for the love of the money.
Right. Well, kind of, but think about it from my perspective. I was going to post these videos and do this anyways.
Right.
And if YouTube hadn't stepped up and said, hey, we see you're doing good, would you like to make money on something you're already doing? Why would you not want that? You know, and you go, wow, I never thought about it like that. You're going to offer me money to do what I was doing anyways and get paid for it. Right. Of course. Why turn down free money? I'm not asking the people that support me to pay me. Google's willing to pay me. You know what I'm saying? If Google's willing to give me a paycheck, why not? Sure. Hand me a paycheck.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Thank you, Alan. I mean, like I said, I'm a pretty logical character. I really am, man. Compendium of knowledge. I may tell fart and dick jokes every now and then when I pop in comment sections, and people may take that a bit oddly, but I think there's some logic to the way I do things if people would just listen.
Yeah. We've got about 15 or 20 kids involved now, and they're letting me do this school. The school has agreed to say, all right, you can teach it as a class next year. It's going to be a science class.
I've been
So,
watching that, your drone interest group.
yeah, but we're getting there. It's just, I don't spend much time on my own channel just because I'm spending a lot of my time with them trying to develop that. So,
Sure.
I've wanted to put some stuff out. I've been doing more flying lately than I've done in a long time, but it's part of it is just I've been spending time building the group, trying to make sure that we've got ways to go. We've got merch now, so all that kind of thing. Just trying to build it up. So I haven't spent a lot of time on my own personal channel, even though it keeps growing. It's not because of my content. It's just because I'm on all these streams all the time. Developing relationships that way, mostly.
Thank you, Diana. Mick, I hear you, brother. It's still fun. That's why I do it. But I'm not going to lie, man. Being able to purchase a new car is something I haven't been able to do in 5 years. If it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't have that opportunity available to me. So it's something I've been needing. So it does have its pluses. It does have its negatives, obviously. Some people feel very strongly about YouTubers getting paid. But at the same time, man, if you put the work in, any time you put the work and effort into something, you know what I'm saying? You hope that you
worth it.
Right. You want to hope that it's worth it to you, not just as a fun aspect, but if you can turn it into something more, why wouldn't you?
At 47, I've never purchased a new car.
Well, I'm 30. I'm 33. It's not that I haven't ever purchased a new car. It's that I have had so much bad luck in the past 8 years of my life, and
I raised 5 kids.
Huh?
I just raised 5 kids. That's all it was. There was never any money.
Yeah, no, man. It's I'll tell you what, dude. My motorcycle accident cost $170,000 to get myself out of. I had to sell off I owned a motorcycle and scooter repair business. So I had to sell to get myself out of that debt. After I closed my motorcycle and scooter repair business, I obviously couldn't work for almost a year and a half because of my injuries. I broke all my ribs. I crushed my lower right vertebrae, fractured C1 and 2 in my neck, ripped all the ligaments off the back of my neck. I'm lucky to still be here, honestly. This is my 3rd time blowing my knee out. Then to follow that up, I had 3 blood clots in my brain called sagittal sinus thrombosis, which was slowly shutting down my motor functions until I had that found. That caused me to lose my right eye for a while. It bent into my head, and you couldn't even tell I had an eyeball over here. It was all white. And then after that, so I almost had a brain aneurysm. After that, I had pancreatitis, enlargement of my spleen, failure, almost pre-kidney failure. So I'm a wreck, man. I cannot seem to stay out of the hospital. So for those, the added income of what YouTube gives me definitely helps. Not going to lie, So
you can't hurt any residual income. You can figure out how to what they call it, income streams, passive income streams.
Yep.
It's not as passive, but at least once you've built it, there are videos out there generating income, even though you're not actually actively putting back out again.
Mm-hmm.
You just think of some new content, and there's other videos out there still bringing in money. So it makes sense a lot.
I mean, some of us give up an entire day off to go shoot drone footage and do these types of things, man. It essentially, if you put the time and effort I do into it, it's a job, and I only do it to better myself. It's something I really enjoy doing, and I always find it's fun to share your story with everybody else. You know what I mean? It's like artwork to me. And if you're good at something, why not get paid for it? You know what I mean? There's so many reasons why I encourage everybody to go out there and drive themselves. If this is really what you want. You want to get paid. You get out of it what you put into it. That's what I can tell you.
Yeah, makes sense to me. I mean, that's really. It's like what y'all were saying before is pretty much the same. It's the same way I feel. I would have been doing it whether I got paid for it or not. It's just fun.
Right. I was doing it. I didn't even think about getting paid, until they offered it to me. I passed like 2,600 subscribers in like a month because of Hubson content, and all of a sudden, man, my videos were getting 3,000-4,000 views every time I put one up when I was doing the 501s Hubson stuff. And that's when like YouTube was like, yo, you're becoming trending fast. We're reaching out to you. Do you want a partnership? I was like, okay. I didn't know that I was actually going to make money,
Oh yeah.
So
Well, makes sense now.
yeah. And it kind of spiked from there. It's been 3 years now. So
Wow. But you're right. There's been some talk of other platforms developing because of the way
Yep.
things are going. So, and they've made comments about Pornhub's doing one, and there's another one. Amazon's coming out.
yep. Amazon, I think, is going to be pretty strict themselves, though. I think the Pornhub side of things is actually going to be a lot more lenient. It's kind of like, hey, if you make a mistake, it's on you. You know,
Yeah.
they're not going to be held accountable. You're probably going to have to sign away your life if you do Pornhub, because if anything happens and somebody wants to sue you for it, I'm sure that they'll be more than happy to allow that to happen.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense. I don't know how you could put your name out there on it though, unless they change the name like that, or the subsidiary of it to name something else. But
well, no, they're saying it's not. You wouldn't be going to Pornhub. It's just who's going to host it. So
Right.
Pornhub is going to have the secondary site, and they're going to, because their servers are so large. Think about it, man. All your drone content's going to be out there with porn stuff, dude. You know, it's like
put that across the stream.
right on accident. Like all of a sudden, the Pornhub makes a switch in there, and somebody's like, "Best drone on the market," you know, and then titty tassels. Like, oh wow, this is amazing. You got a bunch of 13-year-olds, you know, doing things they shouldn't be doing. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
that
man.
would be bad news. Yeah, and as a teacher, I would really end up in some serious trouble over that.
I don't, you know, they do have a massive server base, though. They think they can keep up with YouTube, and that's cool, man. It may be a little while before it, you know, it may be a while before it takes off, but I think it will. I think people are tired of the, you know, hey, YouTube, if you're listening, nothing against you, but I think people are just tired of the way you do things. You take it out on the content creators more than you should, man.
It also seems very pick and choose, you know. They'll shut one person down, but not shut another person down.
Right.
So, you know, is it going to be across the board? It really ought to be just wide open, like you said. It ought to be on the person who's the content creator.
Mm-hmm.
If someone's pissed off about it, they ought to be taken care of through them.
Yeah, it's like Logan Paul. Who thought it was a good idea to show a dead body on a YouTube channel? Who in their right mind thought that was Logan should have had his channel removed immediately. They shouldn't have even given him another chance. Like, dude, are you crazy?
Right.
You went to Suicide Forest in Japan and showed a body hanging from a tree and went through his pockets. Basically, you went through the dude's pockets. Oh, there's still stuff in his pockets. Like, what is wrong with you, dude? Are you okay upstairs? You know?
Dude, I heard about it and I thought, what in the world? Why would anybody think they're doing something like that? It's nuts. I didn't even see it. I didn't want to see it, but that's what I heard.
I watched it, man. It was and they were laughing, and then they'd try to take things serious, and then they go back to laughing, and then he's like, no, but for real, if you know somebody who's thinking about committing suicide, here's the suicide hotline. Like, dude, you already ruined it. There's no coming back. I don't know who told you it was a good idea to post. You know what he did? He surrounded himself with what I call yes men. Okay? And when you surround yourself... Yeah, you know, when you surround yourself with people like, yeah, it's a good idea. You should do that. Yeah, do it. You know, that's failure right out the hole. You got to surround yourself with the right people, and you can't.
Guys they're always brainstorming for what's sensational anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to think, well, dude, what if we did this? You know,
right?
Let's jump off the building instead. That would be even better.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Can't we just get back to filling like hotel, you know, pools with Orbeez and stuff? What happened to those days of pranking hotels?
Yeah.
Dude, we used to do dry ice bombs to people. Have you ever done one of those?
No, but I've seen it happen.
A pool drive-by, you fill like a 2-liter with dry ice and you pop a hole in it with a rock and a brick and a rope, and you drive by and you chuck it in a pool while people are swimming, and the whole shock wave like blows all the water halfway out of the pool, and everybody's like, you've never done a dry ice bomb?
I hung out on a chat program.
Fantastic. It's fun to watch.
And they did
I'm
like
a science teacher. I know how it works.
Oh yeah.
And they called like a Burger King or KFC or something like that. Called them on a prank call. Got them off the fire suppression system in the Burger King or whatever. Had these people out there. Dude, they were in their skivvies in like wintertime with the fire suppression system going on, the fire there.
John. Oh, John.
The
Wow.
chat room got shut down for violations of copyrights or some infringement of the program. But yeah,
John, feel free to join us, bro. There's the link. Yeah, Logan Paul is still around, unfortunately.
We did an apology video, right?
What's that?
He did an apology video.
He did, but it wasn't. I didn't feel like it was such sincere. Like I knew he was being forced to do it by general public.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, if I was him, I would have just like said, you know what, guys, I'm done. Obviously, I make poor decisions. This was a really stupid thing to do. I shouldn't be allowed to put this, you know, myself in this. And then if people really want him back, they could have petitioned to have him back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think he should have walked at that point. And nope, the money was too good. They let him back, and you know, it's silliness.
It was pretty insincere.
I don't know. Until you have a Mavic Pro Platinum, you can't speak. I certainly can. I know DJI.
Somebody's trolling you on that one.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't think I'll own a Platinum. No. No.
You just picked up a. Would you get a which one did you just get recently? You were testing out.
What's that? The Spark?
Yeah, the Spark.
Yeah, I've been playing with it. I'm actually working on the firmware right now with a group of guys. We're trying to tap into the 4K abilities and see if we can unlock the 4K abilities for the Spark. So we're I think we're pretty close, man. We've gotten a few guys that have managed to break the coding, get inside of the firmware, make some adjustments, but unfortunately when you record anything over 23 frames per second in 4K ends up crapping out the video feed horribly. So if we are able to do it, it may only be around 15 to 19 frames per second to still have FP, you know, decent enough FPV to be able to fly and do things. So, but you never know, man. It's DJI.
Well, you're moving slow. It shouldn't be a big deal. Lag wouldn't be that big a deal.
No, I agree. If you're not flying fast, it shouldn't be too bad.
Right.
I've shot footage and with the, you know, the solo at 15 frames per second in 4K, and it doesn't look too bad as long as you're just kind of cruising slow.
Right. Yeah. Well, I definitely need to hit the road, dude, because I've got to go to get some sleep.
It's all good. Jerry, you are more than invited in here again, sir.
I appreciate it. I'd like to I'm gonna probably try to get on a stream from school sometime so I can kind of see what we're doing up there.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I'll probably watch the videos. I don't know, watch you guys on video here for a little bit before I fall asleep. But
well,
you notice I'm not in the chat anymore, and that's why I fell asleep.
I think after you shut down, man, I'm probably gonna roll here myself.
Every time I fly this, I think of you, Jerry, because of these motors right here.
Yeah. What's that?
Those are those F-Loves.
Oh, okay.
Those are the V-Fight 210 motors.
Yeah. Okay.
Bad boys.
Yeah, I about got that V-Fight back together again.
That's about the only thing out of the V-Fight 210 I got left is the motors, but they're still running. They're good.
That's
motors.
good.
I love them motors.
I'm giving that frame a new life, second chance.
They had a little bit of issue. I didn't beat it up too much yet.
No, that's pretty good. The hardware though, the screws and stuff, a lot of them are stripped out. So I decided to buy some new screws for them.
Cheap hardware and everything. It was all original stuff on there, so
yeah,
it needed a little love, but unfortunately, you can't find the frames on Banggood for it. If they had parts, it'd be good.
Yeah, if it goes out again, it's gonna be gone. I'll just what I'm gonna do is start 3D printing frames. For what I do, I don't race them. I just want to have fun.
That's the thing about FPV. You can beat up a frame, crash it, beat it up, and everything. As long as the electronics are still good, you slap them into another frame, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to a $20, $30 frame off a Banggood for a brand new frame and throw it in a Martian frame or whatever, and
yeah,
the kids will love it, man. So
well, I've seen some pretty good 3D printed frames, and I haven't printed out very many of them yet. But I can print a frame for about 30 cents. You know,
Yeah, yeah, with
print
the
out a frame
3D
and use
printer
it.
capabilities and whatnot. And carbon fiber is pretty easy to print from what Chris
Yeah,
has
I've heard about that. I
said.
haven't used it, but I'm gonna try it.
Chris has done some carbon fiber, and Captain's done some carbon fiber.
Yeah, I saw that.
They're pretty strong, so
Yeah,
I'd like to see him print some frames and run them and see what he gets out of them.
yeah. Do a little torture test.
Yeah, it's not going to be nearly the quality you get with actual mesh carbon fiber, but
No, that's true.
carbon fiber poly type deal would
Yeah,
probably hold up pretty good for kids that are at a school.
yeah,
You know what I mean? They're going to break them, this and that.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
You could easily supply some frames for $40 a roll of carbon fiber, $50 a roll of carbon fiber
yeah.
printer.
Mhm.
You print off 25 frames probably. You know,
Right.
so
Yeah,
could
that's
be.
the plan.
Well, guys, on that note, I think I'm going to call it, man. Jerry, is there anything you want to say to everybody before you roll?
Oh no, if you guys will check out the channel on Drone Interest Group, if you go on to the internet, I mean, go onto the YouTube search and you just put in Drone Interest Group. We're the only one out there, and if you'd like to subscribe, that'd be great. If you want to watch some of the videos, leave some comments. The kids really get a kick out of that when they see us, getting comments from YouTubers.
Yeah, he's
So you guys do that, would be great.
one of the pages and whatnot. But he's
Sounds good, man.
too.
Yeah, yeah.
Night Train, you got anything you want to say?
No, man, keep flying. Keep the props up, man.
There you go.
That's it.
That's the most important part.
If
Well,
anybody
that's-
That's what I'm
needs
gonna
any
do.
help at any time, just hit me up.
Yeah, I got you. Well, anytime you pop in here, man, I'm just going to
Post on Facebook, So
post the link. Yeah, you got it. Well, thanks for stopping in to the 7 people that are still watching, man. You guys are awesome. Jerry, Mike, good to have you guys, man. We'll have to do this again.
thanks for hanging out, man.
Sounds good. Catch you guys on the flip.
Yeah, to-the-roo, as you say, right?
Toodaloo.
We say goodbye.
I messaged you, man. I want you to touch base when we get a chance.
Yeah, I got you. My when this video's done processing, you got my email now. You can.
I got it. Yeah.
Yep. You're good to go.
All right, dude.
So.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, guys. Toodaloo.
Okay. Bye.
Yes.